No,
Or
no,
a
no.
random appearance of Strahd at any time.
Hello, guys. I'm hiding Cam.
Panels.
Don't forget to use your channel points for advantage, inspiration, or a free health potion for the guys. Welcome to Sanctum again.
Don't forget to use your horror points.
Use your horror points. Oh yeah, the horror game challenge is at 50%. So, you don't have to, but
You do.
if you feel like it. Hi, Magic Amina. Hi, Grim. Fancy you're here. All right. So let's go over our synopsis. You guys were called to investigate the alleged kidnapping of the mayor of Sanctum. You met Bastion, a warforged, to help aid on your investigation. Alarabelle noticed something the others had not and left quietly to seek further. But on arriving and being pulled through a mirror, she encounters a little girl she knows pouring tea and some invisible entities behind her. Alarabelle's death is witnessed from Bastion's camera projection, but not knowing where the location was, you decide to move forward for answers. With one teammate dead, Sanctum issues the next in line, a celebrity known as Abel Highwinter. Upon meeting him and giving him a briefing, you meet again at the coroner's. Jinlu seems to have some trouble on the way, and Bastion offers to help via taser. I lost my place saying taser. At the coroner's, James Rickton, head doctor of the case, provides you with clues about the blood and also clues about some murders of women in the red light district. The party feels there seems to be some correlation. Brel becomes ill and a unicorn shows up as a result from that. As he's getting some air in the hallway, a little girl appears to offer him some of her lolly and some hand sanitizer. When the party come into the hall, she disappears. From there, you catch a carriage ride to Mayor Kane's home. Questioning the wife and examining the study, you find the mayor has hobbies that aren't befitting a loving, devoted husband. Lady Kane is aware of his dalliances, however, as well as the staff. After trying to persuade and then intimidating to look further into the home, they question the maid who relays the gossip about Sarah Rickton being sexually harassed and accused of theft and banished to become a prostitute. You then went to the coroner's, which was shut for the night, and Sanctum Yard's offices to look over the files on the murders. Finding more correlations, you decide to pursue some of the names in the black book you found at Kane's residence to warn them of possible danger. Virgil goes to see his girl Marjorie, who seems to know some of the victims, and he offers her one of his pistols for protection, as she gives him her handkerchief for good luck and tells him to stay safe. Brel tries to warn his neighbor, Victoria Niles, as well as letting her know it's dark and creepy outside and dangerous, and she shouldn't be opening up to strange people. A more cautious Victoria shuts her door, and Brel returns home, accidentally setting his own front door on fire, waking up his parents. Abel goes to the theater and warns Louisa, his co-star, that danger is afoot and she should be careful, and sensing a stress at his suggestion, pours and shares some whiskey at the end of their long, hard day's work. Jinlu leaves to get something done at home, and Bastion shuts down and stays at Sanctum Yard, and here we will pick up where we left off with Jinlu. You're at your home at night.
Locking the door, locking the windows, then calling out, "Where are you? I need to talk to you."
After a few minutes' time, you begin to see Rolora appear before you. And as she smiles at you, wearing nothing but horns in her wings, what is it you'd like, Jin?
I have a task for you. Means you get out for a while.
Mm-hmm. What exactly are we talking about here?
Find my sister.
How long of time do I have?
till the end of the night. You have all night to wander.
Well,
But you need to behave.
if I need to behave, then what's in it for me, Jin?
You get out, don't you?
I get out, but I have to do chores.
Just one.
And if I don't find her?
You still owe me a little bit of information.
Roll persuasion.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work.
What'd you get?
9.
All right. I'll go. And then she pops up with, let's see if I can find it. This pops up, and I gotta hide the slideshow. And she turns into like a human form and says, "Will this do?"
Much.
All right. I'll be off then. And she turns and says, "You're going to at least give me some gold, right? I can't go out by myself without something."
Very well.
And she's like holding out her hand.
I give her 10 gold.
All right. And with that, she gives you a kiss on the cheek, not the lips, and leaves. Is there anything else you want to do?
That is it. Just wait for the return.
All right. So as that happens, morning comes to all of you, and Abel wakes up across a crate in the back end of the theater from his night of whiskey. I need you to make an intelligence save to see if you remember anything.
16.
16. And at 16, you feel a lot of regret when you wake up because you know you've said some things to Louisa that maybe you shouldn't have mentioned, but you can't remember exactly what. And you have a slight headache.
Oh, dear. Why do I continue to make a complete ass of myself? Oh, my God. Oh.
Are you gonna head? Where are you gonna head in the theater? Or are you gonna just leave directly out to meet up with the others?
I've probably got a bit of drool on my face, and I think it was gonna cuddle up to a skull, so I'd probably just like hanging on the edge of the stage, and like I'd best put myself together before I meet the others. And he'll just sort of try and make himself presentable and maybe grab something to sort his head out a little and head out.
All right. So as you do that, Brel, you wake up to hammering downstairs, and you know this sound well. It's Percival, who is your live-in servant. He lives there for 24 hours in case things like this happen, and they've hired him specifically for his lovely carpentry and handyman skills. If you go downstairs in the morning, he is working on the door, putting up a new one and taking down the singed, burnt one. And your parents are in this closet, which they like to call the Brel kit, which has like extinguishers, buckets, pooper scoopers, yard tools, things for any occasion possible. And you see a knock on the edge of the door frame, and it is Victoria. And she's looking for someone to answer.
I guess I'm sort of coming downstairs, putting on my gloves, placing on my hat first thing, and strapping the mask into place. Hello.
Hi, Brel. I forgot you were here at the house last night, and I didn't get a chance to get this. It's for your parents' 25th anniversary. That was last week, and we forgot to drop it off. So, here you go. And she hands you this wrap box, and she kind of whispers, it's like an engraved vase, like a flower vase. I hope they like it. We got it engraved with Happy 25th from Land Exotics.
Oh, that's mighty lovely of you. And Brel sort of reaches out and takes it in his gloved hands. Sorry about the doorway. It's a bit of a mess.
Yeah, that you seem to have like a lot of fires at your house for some reason.
Yeah, you know, with my illness and all, things tend to do weird things. One day I'll learn a spell to actually put fire out.
Maybe, yeah, that would be good. Well, I just wanted to pass that on, and
Goodo. Bear in mind my conversation with you last night. I didn't mean to frighten you. Just there's some weird things going on. It'd be nice to know that you're safe. Maybe I might knock on the door once an evening, just check if you and your family are fine.
oh, well, that's nice of you. Huh. Let me know how they like their gift. I don't want to give it to them. I kind of feel awkward around gift giving, so.
Oh, that's okay. I'll take it to them now.
Alright, well, we'll see you later. And she walks away, kind of curtsies, and leaves for her thing. Virgil, you wake up just fine. There's a little note under your doorway from Marjorie saying that she hopes you're okay, and she's going to get her down payment finished on her gambling hall, and that she would like to meet you sometime after to celebrate. And Bastion, you are in Sanctum Yard, recharging and awake. Is there anything you'd like to go do? Bastion.
Hey, go talk to the lieutenant.
You're gonna go talk to the Lieutenant Black?
Yeah, that's the one.
And why did you want to ask anything?
For any updates.
Alright, he's gonna give you some updates. He's gonna hand you a file. Let me see. That the door to Lady Kane's was unlocked, but there were no signs of tampering that they found, and no visible forced entry. And he's gonna ask you to send a message. You have a way to send a message, yeah? To Jinlu.
So,
What do you have? Do you have?
I'll do my magical tinkering.
Okay, how long do I get to say a message?
25 words.
25.
Or it can be a 6-second long recorded message, or 25 words. Even
How many stones you got? Can we do 2?
Yeah.
Alright, I got a message for Jinlu. Lieutenant Black gives you 1 and sends you on your way. Where do you want to go? Do you want to meet up with him first and then the party? Or do you all want to meet up at a certain spot?
Well, Virgil's going to start with breakfast at Lucky Aces. Large black coffee, bacon and eggs. usual thing. And then we'll eventually make his way back to Sanctum Yard.
Alright.
to find out where the rest of the group is, I guess.
Do the coffee thing. Ask my friend if she had found any information, and the information that I asked yesterday, and then head to the yard.
She isn't showed up in the morning. With a roll
Okay.
of a 9. She is out late.
Yep, not a problem.
But you know she does this and she will return when she's ready to return. And you won't be able to have your power until she's there.
All good.
And I assume you guys are meeting up together at Sanctum then after your breakfasts and stuff like that, right?
Abe will be perched outside with the coffee.
All right.
And Brow would just eat some pretty much oats and nuts with no salt, no sugar, no milk. And he would take the vase to his parents and hope, he'd just say, hey, Victoria built this over here, and then he'd off to Sanctum Yard.
All right. Bastion, you meet Jinlu outside Sanctum, I'm assuming?
No, I'd probably, after getting the message from the lieutenant, go to him directly.
All right, so on the way to Sanctum, Jin, you meet with Bastion. And what do? You hand him a stone. You said it has a visual as well?
It has a static visual, so probably of the lieutenant, and then it would play that 25 words in text across the image.
All right.
It would be like a subtitle type thing.
So you have an image of Lieutenant Black's face pop up.
You're muted.
But
You have,
you have an
to
image of Lieutenant Black's face pop up with little subtitles under him. And he says, Mayor's wife just had her husband abducted. She came to us right away. She followed all protocol. You persuaded her twice. She told Sanctum Yard you found nothing. Then you intimidate the poor woman, go through her home, and nothing. You have 2 bards on this team. I swear if I... And it ends.
Well, that went well, don't you think, Sebastian?
Bastion.
Bastion?
Yes. And if you think that went well,
It could have gone worse.
hey, so
I suppose go to the yard then and see what else he's got to say. I don't think he's quite finished.
no, there was a lot more after that. Yeah.
All right. So you guys all meet up outside. Lieutenant Black isn't there anymore. He has gone off to file some things in town. But the day is yours. Where would you like to head? Bastion?
Morning.
Morning all. I don't think Captain's too happy with me, at least.
Wow, what happened?
Just a few complaints. Nothing to worry about.
Are we not working fast enough for him?
Yeah, complaints. Seems a little odd. We've been working hard.
I do believe we have found quite a few clues in the last 12 hours. Probably more than those Sanctum Yard officers, which is why they called us in the first place.
From the alleyway across the street, you guys start to see a person kind of walking out of the alley Egburn, would you describe what they see when they see you coming out towards the yard?
Great. As you're looking down the alleyway, you see a 5-foot, young, 26-year-old, white Caucasian male staggering from one side of the wall to the other side of the wall. He's wearing a tan-colored doublet with light purple grey trimmings. He has salmon pants on, a couple of booze stains or what other types of liquid on his shirt from the time. He's singing to himself as he's like walking down the alleyway, swinging to and fro, just going, yo ho ho, 1 rum, 2 rum, 47 rums in a row. Oh fuck, I can't count. Oh, and he's just staggering out towards from the alleyway.
Virgil just drops his face into his hand and says, "Oh my God."
Virgil, explain to me why we had him in this group again, please.
Well, apparently he has some skills.
Seems a troubled young individual.
Well, he's kind of like you, Mr. Highwinter, but not as refined.
He has a beautiful singing voice, though.
That he does. He does sing quite well when he's sober. It appears that he is quite drunk once again.
Ah.
Virgil, please go take care of him. Make sure he sobers up.
I will take care of him right now. And Virgil will cross the street to the alley and literally slap him on the back. Good morning, Egburn.
Virgil, my friend, it's been ages. How are you?
Sober.
Well, we can change that. Would you like a drink or two or three?
We are to be working today, Egburn, as should you be.
Right.
Remember
Yes.
the piece of paper that you were handed? You were supposed to be at the Sanctum yard yesterday.
Yesterday? Well, isn't that today?
That was yesterday.
Yeah, but I haven't slept yet, so if you don't sleep, then technically it's I'm not late. Here, have a drink, and I'm gonna put my arm around you.
Virgil will allow you to put your arm around him, but he will take half a step sideways, and he will punch Egburn in the stomach, right in the solar plexus, which will probably cause you to vomit if you've been drinking. And listen, he will punch you hard.
Yeah. I would assume that I start vomiting. I'm not sure. DM.
Roll a con save for me.
12.
I got a 12.
You start vomiting.
Virgil will step out of the way just so he doesn't get splatter.
Abel's going to jump down from his perch and walk over, and he's like, "Please, gentlemen,
It's quite all right, Mr. Howard.
this young Mr. Eggbum, was it?
Egburn.
Right up there.
It's quite all right. He needs to sober up, and this is the quickest way I know how."
After I'm gonna look out, wipe my mouth, and look at Abel walking towards me, and I'm just gonna say, "You." No, not you. Anyone. Virgil, not him.
Quiet now. You behave yourself, young man. We have a job to do.
No, I can. You don't need another bard. I'm great. I'm much better than him. I swear to God.
Well, then I suggest you sober up and prove it.
I don't know you, sir. Do I? You don't look familiar.
With that, I'm just gonna stare at you blankly. All right, sir. That's it. I'm gonna go draw my rapier and realize that I don't have it.
Seems deeply troubled indeed.
Well, yes. We will explain a little later, but we have a job to do right now. We have more pressing matters.
Bastion.
Brel comes forward with a water skin and says, Eggburn, here, maybe you need some of this water.
That's a good idea.
Do you know how much liquid I can put away? I do not need any water. I am fine. I am going to
flips him up around the side of the head.
I do have a spell that could... No, that's probably
No,
not...
it's not a good idea, Brill. We're in the street. There are people around.
Well, yeah, and it's called Ray of Sickness, not Ray of Health. Probably doesn't help, I guess.
But Virgil will do a Gibbs on Eggburn and just clip him up the back of the head.
Bastion, you have a message from Lieutenant
Straighten
Black
up, sir.
for Eggburn.
Okay, so I go up to Eggburn. I go, this is you.
And a Lieutenant Black flashes up with subtitles. Eggburn. I don't know about you, but the Guardians are supposed to get paid to show up and investigate. You're going to be docked 1 day's pay. And if you feel that you need to... And it cuts off.
Now, you see, you gone and upset poor Mr. Black.
Yeah,
Again.
the lieutenant's on a roll today.
What do you? I think that went well. I mean, I was expecting way worse. It's just look.
It could be.
Abel, LaBelle, whatever your name is, I am Eggburn. I am the best bard in the entirety of Sanctum. Just be warned. If you get in my way, I will play the flute like no tomorrow.
Sometimes you trust in yourself, you believe in yourself, you follow your star, and you still get beaten by people who work hard and learn things and weren't as lazy as you. I'm sorry, sir.
I'm gonna turn to Virgil. I'm just gonna go, Virgil, can I kill him now or later?
Virgil just gives you a really stern look. Like that whole look, basically, shut your face, do your job, and we'll deal with this later. It's that real sort of big brother, fatherly type stare. Rather intense. Doesn't say anything.
Ed was going to walk back to the others. Is that enough?
Burrell leans over to Egbert and says, listen, he's actually really nice. I've seen him in some plays in the theatre. He's a very good actor. You should see him sometime.
I'm gonna put my hand up to cut you off mid-sentence and be like, I don't want to hear about it right now, okay? I know who he is. Everyone knows who he is. They don't know who I am.
But I know who you.
We can change that, Eggburn. You realize that if you stop drinking so much and actually do your job, people will know who you are. It's all about perspective.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You're so right. You know what? I'm gonna stop drinking right now, and I'm gonna throw the half-drunken bottle on the ground and start marching over.
Virgil looks at what was it, rum or whiskey? Rum?
I have no idea.
So some form of alcoholic glass bottle.
Yeah.
Virgil will shake his head because he doesn't like to waste alcohol. I mean, he does drink, but he will follow Eggburn over, making sure that he doesn't trip as he goes across the road.
Abel will put his right middle hand up and he's like, I believe in you, Egg Bum. You'll be fine.
At this point, can I cast Vicious Mockery?
You can do what you like.
Yeah. I'm gonna look at Abel, and I'm just gonna whisper, "Your mother was a whore." I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery.
All right, and I have to go to... What is that, a saving throw for him? Or
Yeah, it's 15.
15.
Oh, what's the save?
Is it a wisdom save? Oh.
Yeah, it is,
So you get 8. Oh no, we passed it. So Does he take half the damage if he passes? Okay, I'm not. I'm going to your vicious mockery page.
It doesn't. It doesn't say
Psychic
so. It
damage.
just says that if he. Yeah. I would assume he gets nothing.
Is it a cantrip?
It's a cantrip, yeah.
Yeah,
Cantrip,
it's a cantrip. He gets nothing if he saves.
He gets nothing.
Oh. So does he? But
Joke's
he still
on you,
hears
sir.
it.
I didn't know my mother, and she could very well have been a whore.
Well played, sir.
They do get paid fairly well, I guess. It's not the sort of job I'd want, touching sweaty,
And-
disgusting people.
Yeah, the fact that Egbert has used your mother as a whore line, Virgil is probably not going to be very happy about the use of that word, considering my interest. Is going to walk right up behind Egbert and just like grab him by the neck, like you do with and he's going to put a lot of pressure on the neck. He's not going to try and hurt you and cause damage, but you'll know that you've pissed him off quite severely. And he's just going to lean in and whisper, "You mind your tongue, sir."
Yes, Virgil. Not hurting a little bit.
And then I'll let him go.
Oh God.
Do any of you want to relate to Eggburn what's the mission is at all?
I'd assume we'd do that once we're back in the Sanctum yard, and so we'll probably debrief him on what's happened the night before
All right.
and the information that we've found.
And as you get the clues needed that you have, do you let him see the notebook and all that, the black
Yeah.
book? And as you see the black book, do you recognize any names, Eggburn? There's an Alexa
On
Kendricks.
the Discord.
Yes, I have a picture. Let me show you the picture real quick. They go over the names.
In the chat.
They go over the blood. It's in the sanctum. It's in the sanctum chat as well too. Yes.
Yep.
So I'm going through that. Of course, I can't find it when I'm in. There it is. Wait a minute.
It's always the way.
It's always the way. I don't know if you can see it very well on the screen.
No. Nope. I don't know any of these names at all.
Okay. So you
Is what I say to them. I'm like, I've got no idea who these people are.
is what you say.
But we could always try the
Well,
whorehouse.
you would recognise one name. That'd be Marjorie's name.
Do you
Is that
recognize
her?
Marjorie?
Oh yeah, no, it
Marjorie's-
is.
That
Marjorie's on it,
is
so.
Virgil's
It's
girl.
crossed out. So yeah. That one's crossed out. So yeah. I assume you've already spoken to her.
Yeah, I spoke to her last night. She's in good spirits, and I handed her one of my pistols to keep her safe.
It's great. It's great. Lovely lady. Lovely lady.
I will
Anyone
check
else
on
got
her
any-
later today as well. She is in process of buying her own gambling house.
And as you do that, have any of you come to a conclusion of where you'd like to head next? Lieutenant Flack's not there. Bastion does relay to you that there was no tampering and the door was unlocked to Lady Kane's. No signs of forced entry.
I believe we had tried to talk to the coroner again last night, but he was not there. So maybe we should start our day with him.
Yes.
I do believe we were looking at similarities between the ooze and the blood that we found.
All right.
I changed my filters too, so not much of that smell and that should get through today.
Oh yes, Egbert. If you remember, when Mr. Brow is anxious or upset, things happen. So 10 feet, if you will.
And
I
I will
believe,
take 2 steps back.
It's good. I mean I don't cast willy-nilly spells you know, like you guys do. I'm very cautious about when and where, usually.
I'm more concerned with your lack of constitution.
No, I've been eating all my oats. I'm not bogged up at all.
You guys head to the coroner's. I need to go pay a visit to the mayor's place and make some apologies.
Whatever for?
I may have been overstepped my bounds a little.
Are we not to get to the bottom of this here case by any means necessary?
Yes, but I still would like to make my apologies.
That's not a bad idea, Jin. Maybe we accompany you there, because I was thinking about it overnight. If she really wanted her husband, I mean, I know that they weren't in the best of terms, but if she really wanted her husband found, would she not be a little more open to us? Why is she kind of blocking us from her house? Doesn't that seem suspicious to you in all your years of investigatorial stuff?
It is, but again, she also has the lieutenants here.
I do believe you are right, Jin. There's a certain hierarchy in Sanctum, as I'm sure you're well aware, Mr. Bell. And we may have indeed overstepped our bounds, as you say.
It doesn't seem right to me. It doesn't matter where you come from, lower, middle, or upper. If you are a criminal, or if something is wrong, it should still be investigated. No one should be able to pay their way out of anything. And I'm not saying she's in the wrong, but why would you not let us investigate more? It seems dubious to not let us be thorough.
I wholeheartedly agree, sir.
If you want to be thorough, why don't you investigate the people that were in the mayor's Blackfoot?
And that is
What
also
we,
one of those things to do.
it is on our card to do, I believe. But of course, the investigating the mayor's home would have been very astute indeed.
And you
But
did.
we were unable. Not completely. We did not have her full cooperation.
One last question, Jin, Bastion, for you guys. It bothered me a little. I woke up overnight. When we were investigating the bodies, when you came out to see me after I felt ill, there was this young girl in the corridor, and it didn't strike me unusual till the late evening. What was that young girl doing there? In
Young
the
girl?
corridor?
What young girl?
The small girl that I told you.
I saw no young girl.
You all didn't you all see it? I thought I turned around and said, "Hey," she was handing me, and then you saw her run off. Did you not?
No.
No. Oh.
I did not see any young female. I mean, we heard you talking to someone, but you are likened to talking to yourself at times.
Don't know if I do talk to myself. Maybe I do. Do I?
You appear to be doing it right now.
Oh. Bastion, you didn't pick up anything on that day?
I didn't pick up anything on that day.
Oh well.
I swear we did see him talking to a young lass. My head is a bit foggy, but I'm sure we did. Outside the coroner's office?
That's exactly the place, yes. She was lovely. She was offering me a lollipop. Disgusting. I didn't want to share spittle with a child. I mean, children in schools and stuff, you know, they spread disease like, I mean, like the worst of anything. But nonetheless, she was very pleasant mannered.
Did she say anything to you that felt pertinent, though?
Well, no. I just thought it was odd that there was a child in the place like that. You know, coroner's office.
Oh, the coroner's office is attached to the hospital, so maybe she was from the hospital.
I guess that's possible.
Well, maybe you can include that in your investigations, bro.
As you,
Sure.
As you guys are speaking outside the Sanctum Yard, a lovely red-haired woman with red tights and a green dress that you have seen the picture of earlier sidles up slowly towards all of you with a smile on her face and goes up to Jin and hands him a wrapped brown paper package and says, "Hello, Jin. Lovely to see you today. Who are your friends?" And then
Ma'am.
she nods and she sees Egbert and she goes, "Oh my God. Are
Hello.
you Egbert?
The one and only.
I used to have a poster in my room of you from the land. I know
Did?
all of your songs. I get so deeply moved by them." And she winks at Jin and whispers, "He's so full of ego. Can't I have a little snack? Ego tastes so delicious."
Behave yourself.
And then she just gives a pout and waves and walks away.
Wait.
Virgil tips his hat as she walks away.
So I opened the brown paper bag.
There's a civet head in there.
I will. What's in the box? I will message. I'll message you what it is.
I'm gonna walk up to Jen. And I'm gonna go, so, who's that? And I know a lot of women in this place, and I haven't seen her at all, anywhere.
None of your
Careful where you put your hands, Egbert.
none of your concern, Egbert. She's too much for you.
Hey, nothing is too much for Egbert.
This one is.
Well, tell me where she lives, and we'll see.
I'm quite sure that she's much higher caliber than the women you're used to dealing with.
I
She's
find that
very-
offensive.
She
But
was
it's also
very,
true.
expensive looking, Jen. Is she from the upper district? Middle?
Upper middle.
Upper middle? Alluring. Something about her. A relative?
Quite attractive indeed.
All right.
So, Jen, what is this here package that you have received?
It appears to be a photo. Something we will need to investigate later, though.
Of course.
Where are we off to? Shall we walk and talk? We don't seem to be getting far today.
You can walk.
Right you are, Mr. Burrell. We should proceed.
So you're choosing to walk as opposed to carriage?
How far from Sanctum Yard is the coroner?
Sanctum Yard is only a couple streets away from the hospital,
so
so
we'll walk.
you can walk. I'll shoot my map.
Walk and talk.
Yeah. As you're walking and talking, if there's nothing else for you guys to talk about, you arrive at the coroner's, which you guys know well, and he is in there finishing up his reports. He seems a little better spirited, not great, but a little calmer today, and he waves you in and says hello. Have you found out any more from what I've given you so far yesterday? With the blood and the ooze and things.
Bastions. Any report on the substances and that?
No, I thought that's why we came to the coroner.
We are here to find out the correlation between the ooze that was found with I believe it was Alexa's body, and the ooze that we discovered in the mayor's office?
It's the same kind of components that it's made up of, but it's nothing from this ship, nothing made. You know, the gnomes make a lot of different devices and things, but this isn't something that's found here so far, unless it's by magical means, maybe conjuration. I'm not sure. Did you say abjuration magic?
Yes, it's not abjuration magic.
It's
is
not
it?
abjuration magic.
Are you sure this is not abjuration magic, sir? No, I didn't say that. And so this was also was this substance found at Sarah's scene of her crime, by any chance?
That's interesting to note because we've given permission for you guys to check their homes now. They're open for you. It's a bit of a mess. Sanctum hasn't had a chance to look. We've kept it shut off because a gang uprising had started. And since you guys are on the case, we thought you might have a better insight. So Alexa's home and Sarah's are open.
Has anybody been to the scene apart from yourself?
We took the body out of Sarah's. Alexa was found at the docks. But as soon as we found them, we've closed everything off. So you guys will have first look since you're the best of the best.
Okay.
That is good news indeed.
A visit to the docks could also be after we see their homes.
Mm.
Yeah, the scene of the crime would be definitely worth a look.
And they do say the killer goes back to the scenes on occasion.
Coroner's office is off the hospital, isn't it?
Yeah. So if I have the map up, which it don't, you'll see that this corridor leads to over here. And that's the hospital end. And then these are the front doors that lead out to public. So they both connect.
Wait, did you say Alexa Kendricks?
Yes. Alexa.
Do you know
High-end
her,
prostitute.
I may owe her a thing or two. Why? What is that?
In what way do you owe her a thing or two, Egbert?
Well, you know, it's when ladies often give you services and you need to pay them for it.
Are you saying
Sometimes.
you did not pay this lady for her services?
Look, it was like a private discussion between us. We were gonna work it out. It was just, you know, it's the way my bank account is set up. It kind of just takes a. Yes.
Egbert, when did you last see her?
See, I can't remember last night, so maybe yesterday, maybe it could have been the day before then. I don't know.
Mr. Rickton, could you remind us when Alexa's body was found?
Alexa's body was found, well, it'd be now 4 days ago. And Sarah was found too.
Who has the black book? There was a name in there. A missing woman? Penny
Yes.
Forrester? Do you know anything about that, Coroner?
I believe you are correct, sir.
I do have the file that Lieutenant Black gave me, but I don't have, without a body, I don't know anything about a Penny Forrester. Did she have was she killed? Did she have a...
She has been
shoe
reported
found.
missing.
Yeah.
Yes, one half of her footwear was found by the, I forget what it's called.
Yes, you're correct. It's found by the Icarus.
The Icarus device.
Actually, where is that shoe? It would have been brought here, would it not?
I only deal with the dead, remnants of the dead. That might be filed at Sanctum Yard. They have a...
But I believe that would be in the evidence locker at the Sanctum Yard.
Bastian, can you confirm that?
What you want me to roll to work out whether or not I know that it's there?
Bastion's malfunctioning. Initiating taser. And you get a little jolt
Such a useful tin man.
to kind of like get you back in attention. And then you would roll a, let's say, intelligence, because you have to look through your files. And as he's doing that, the coroner says, if you have a book of names, perhaps I could look through it, write them down, and see if any of these other women have been reported deceased, if you'd like.
Of course. By all means, sir.
And he takes
And
the book.
we'll hand over the book.
And he copies down the names. What are these numbers? Are these addresses?
I believe it
Accounts.
may be bank accounts.
Ah.
We will be investigating the bank and getting some information on these accounts as soon as we are able.
Sanctum interface was actually able to tell us that it was bank accounts, but it couldn't say what the bank accounts were attached to.
Yeah. Is there only one bank in Sanctum that we know of? Or is there several?
There would be two. They do believe yesterday was Sanctum City Bank that they were mentioned reporting to. So that would be the bank. What'd you roll for your intelligence?
Giant 9.
Did you mean Egburn's greatest hits? Now playing. And this drunken song pops up about whiskey as it starts a little off key for everyone to hear.
As it starts
Squandered
playing.
talent.
Yeah. I'm gonna turn to Abel and I'm like, you see, this is art, this is music, this is talent, something that you, sir, lack.
You undoubtedly have a talent for something, good sir, but what it is, I'm not sure.
Oh, that's it. You wanna play? You wanna go? Get your loot right now. Let's go. You and I can do it right now.
Enough.
Gentlemen, this is not the time or the place for this kind of behavior.
Can you turn that off? My ears are, and he's talking to Bastion.
Bastion, please.
I'm trying to turn it off since it started.
I've heard far too much of this song in the past.
Eggburn has a ghost floating around him somewhere. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I was just trying. And he wipes his hand across his nose as he sneezes, and then hands you back the book to Brel.
Brel backs away, does not go anywhere near the book. He goes, I'm sorry, sir. I don't want to catch what may be ailing you.
Oh, it's just allergies. I've been working
Yeah,
on-
me too. And he points at the mask. Fresh filters. One of the other guys will take that book, thank you.
Oh, good. And he hands it to the nearest person to take.
I asked the mortician, the coroner, that's him, the coroner, if there's been any more bodies found or brought in.
So far we've had nothing. I'm still trying to look at these entrails over here, and he opens the sheet and it shows all these, they're now decomposing entrails of one of the bodies, and wrap it up for burial. And I'm heard from Sanctum that your sister has passed. I'm sorry. As soon as I get the body and the head, I will let you know.
Thank you.
And
Eggburn, where is your weapon? You do not seem to have your weapon with you, sir.
Well, you see, any good bard knows that the weapon is of the mind and of the soul, and I don't know.
Have you been playing poker without me again, sir?
See, I'd like to say no, but
I did
I'm
warn
just like, I am just lucky I still have my hand. And I'm gonna look at my prosthetic hand.
Well, you do have a habit of sticking your hand where it should not belong.
Abel, you see his prosthetic hand.
Yeah. I lost my original hand in quite a similar manner. Dreadful.
Bro looks at them both as like, you both have pretend hands.
I did not notice this before, Mr. Highwinter.
Yes, dreadful gambling issue. The other guy, you should have seen him. It was a dreadful sight. I won't say any more.
I'm sure it was. Let's say Egburn's accident was not a gambling incident. We'll just leave it at that.
It was something grandiose. It was, I was fending off multitudes of just hordes and hordes of orcs. I had to protect this young lass who was she was trapped between a river and a rock, and there was just flowing water, and I was almost gonna die. I had to unfortunately hold her out from drowning as waves of orcs were coming. But Virgil came and he shot, I kid you not, from 250-meter distance, headshots one after the other, just completely nailed them all. Unfortunately, one of the bullets did ricochet, hit my hand. I lost it, just boom, completely off. But luckily, the other hand was still with this lady. I pulled her up and she's safe. That's how I lost it.
Oh, sounds like it'd make great theatre, at least, like writing down some particulars.
Thank you
Might
for the
come in
raid,
handy.
guys, by the way. Someone please roll insight for that. Come on, guys.
Yeah, I think I will.
Virgil, everyone who knows Virgil, Jin specifically, and probably even Brel a little bit at this point, would know that they would hear Virgil openly sigh and probably roll his eyes the moment Egbert started talking.
Morgan, getting back in.
Abel and Egburn, two prosthetic hands. Yeah, they're more similar than you think, these bards.
I got a 23 on insight.
They were
Maybe.
both holding the same girl with big hands.
You know that this is. He's just got a look of total bullshit on his face.
You
Yeah.
have a talent for the theatrical. Maybe I could use you at the Globe after all.
Really? You mean that? You can?
Of course, dear fellow. Sober up a bit first, maybe.
You're
Brel's like,
not so bad. You're not so bad. I like this man. It's just fine.
Brel sort of traces a little sigil in the air with one arm, and he says, helping, and a little ghostly spectral hand appears. He says, well, looky here, I too have a, pretend hand. And he opens the door of the coroner's office and says, I'm just going to have a look up the corridor. And he steps out.
Are
While
you?
Brel does,
Go ahead.
I'll follow Brel and go up to the corridor because I want to go into the hospital.
Okay.
That's where I'm headed to. Yep.
As you guys, I don't have a map for the hospital. Thanks, Tracy. As you guys are going towards the hallway of the hospital, it seems to be darker on this side. Are you, the rest of you, staying in there, or are you guys following them?
I would probably follow them out. I think we're pretty much done with the coroner. I'll just turn to the coroner and say, do you have the addresses for the women's abodes by any chance, or do we have to get that from the Sanctum Yard?
I'm sure that Bastion, this Bastion, is it, that has probably got all the information on the addresses.
Please tell me you have that information. I really do not want to hear Egburn's greatest hits again.
Well, it's not greatest hits, it's greatest hit.
More like one hit wonder.
You know what I mean, Bastion.
Yeah,
Please.
Yeah, I know. And I do actually have the files. I've already uploaded the meta files.
So you can access that information without having to talk to that infuriating voice that comes from
Yes. Because of yesterday's interferences, I thought it might be prudent to expand my knowledge a little bit.
Well then, we shall be on our way. A good day to you, Mr. Richter.
Thank you. Thank you for your help. And as you guys go out in the hallway, you don't see anything straight down the hallway. But as you turn the corner towards the door to the hospital, you start to see this little blonde girl standing in the doorway. And, bro, that's the same little blonde girl that you saw the last time in the hallway. And she says, "Did you want to play with Mr. Bear and Mr. Tibbs?"
Hello again, child. Sure. Tell me, I don't think I got your name last time. What was your name again?
It's Lucy. I told you last time.
Oh, you did. I'm terrible with names. I'm so sorry. Lucy, yes, we shall play. How far away is she from me?
About 25 feet. And she did
Jen,
like...
see her.
Yeah. So with that, do I reckon is she in that photo?
Yes.
So I would recognize her from the photo. Right. So with that, I'll pull out the picture that's in the bag and just look and hurriedly move up.
You're gonna move forward?
Yeah.
Alright. As you move forward, this little blonde curls, this white Victorian dress, and she's seeming to point to Mr. Bear and Mr. Tibbs, but nothing's there. So...
Brell's still, because he's just cast that mage hand and walked out the door, he uses the mage hand to sort of move towards the little girl, and he says, and the mage hand sort of reaches to shake hands. He goes, "Nice to meet you. I'm Brell."
"Hi, Brell." And she shakes the hand, like a little tiny hand in this big mage hand.
He says, "So this Mr. Bear and Mr. Tibbs, is it? What are you playing with them? Tea parties?"
"Hide and seek.
Ah,
You can't
one of
see
my
them."
favorites.
"Yeah.
No, did you say you can't see them?
You can't see them."
Oh no, absolutely. I'm sure they're invisible to me. Yes. Can you see them?
"Yeah, they're hiding from you."
Ah. Can I? Is there anything weird about this girl? Am I picking anything up from her that might be out of the ordinary?
Well, she is in the middle of a hallway to a coroner's
Yeah.
by herself in a beautiful white dress. There is like a haze behind her a little bit, kind of like when roads on a hot summer day kind of thing. But that's about it.
Okay.
I take the photo that I've got of her and my sister and walk up to the girl asking, "Have you seen this woman?"
That's Auntie Alara Bell. She's my auntie.
While he's doing this, Brell is just muttering some words under his breath and tracing some more sigils in the air and casting See Invisibility.
As you cast See Invisibility, right before you are these two incredibly thin men in steampunk wear. They have goggles covering their eyes that are black goggles and top hats, one in a derby, one in a top hat, all dressed in brown, but like almost too thin to be normal. And they are both staring at all of you behind you.
Jin, I don't want to alarm you, but...
What is it, bro? Speak up.
Her friends are real.
By this time,
I jump back.
Virgil will be standing behind Brell, and hearing that, Virgil's hand will be on his pistol.
Lucy, what are you here for? Are you after anything particular? Are you meant to be here?
Yeah, I'm waiting for my mom and my dad.
And where are your mum and dad?
Oh, they're supposed to come get me because I'm sick. And she starts to
Okay.
cough a lot.
Brel backs up as she's coughing very fast. But he sort of looks to the group behind him. I assume everyone's stepped down. He goes,
Yeah.
don't want to alarm anyone, but there are two very skinny figures standing beside this girl. Your friends, Lucy, maybe they could make themselves appear to my friends and maybe chat to us for a bit.
And she starts to cough some more. The two men, they look like they're almost pulled on a tether, go backwards without moving their legs into and around the doorway. And Lucy says, "Wait!" and starts to run through the doorway to follow them, and they are gone.
Oh, do we follow?
Yes.
Virgil would give chase. The moment the girl starts to run, he'll chase her.
Likewise.
As you guys,
And as Brel stands up, he was down on one knee, sort of talking to the girl. As Brel stands up, just out of the long trench he's wearing, drops a tankard, like a not metal, just like a clay tankard, and it's full of ale. Just boom, drops to the ground, goop, and slops a bit of ale on the ground.
Virgil wouldn't even notice. He's off and running, chasing this girl.
so you just drop a whole tankard of ale on the ground, and it's gonna spill. Yes.
Well, I mean, it could probably, I don't know, if it lands on its flat or if it spills on the ground, I don't know.
Let me see here. Oh, and who's behind you?
Everyone.
Virgil would have pushed. Would be pushing.
The pushing
him
past,
to
so
chase
you've
the
already
girl.
pushed
So,
past, and the other,
I would have been in front.
Yeah.
and he's in front. And Bastion, you hover, do you not?
Yeah, I'm above them all.
Abel and Egbert, please make a dex saving throw. Dex, yeah.
Couple of high rolls there.
Oh, good. What do we got?
Dirty 20 for Abel.
Nice. And Egbert had...
Got an 18.
Nice. You guys dodge the tanker and don't slip at all and go around the corner.
I'll follow as well.
Yeah. As you guys follow, you see the wings of the nurse's hallway, down the nurse's hallway. There's a little nurse's booth, and there's stairs leading to the children's wing with a little sign. And everyone seems like just they're doing their job as usual. No sign of the little girl.
So as we rounded the corner, she was gone.
Yes.
I'm gonna say to Jen, nurse's station. Let's ask there.
Right you are. Let's go.
So we'll head for the nurse's station.
All right, and you see a nurse there with her little nurse's uniform and a little hat, hair curled up, put up. And she looks up at you and kind of like looks at the floor and, "Can I help you?"
Good morning, ma'am.
Morning.
I wonder if you may help us locate the whereabouts of a young female that may have just run through here.
Young female, like one of the nurses?
No, a child. Maybe a patient. She said she was waiting for her parents to come and collect her.
Oh.
A young blonde girl. How old do you reckon we would perceive her to be?
About 6.
She may have been about 6 or 7.
I grab the photo that I got off my friend and say, this little girl here.
Oh, she's adorable. That's a Larabelle. That's one of our nurses here. She was
That's my sister.
Oh, she hasn't shown up to work today. She's been taking care of the children's wing, which is up and around the corner. Maybe it could be one from there. We did have an epidemic recently at the orphanage and things, so there's a lot of sick kids there.
Well, it may come as a surprise, and we may have to regret to inform you that Larabelle has recently passed away.
Oh my God. And
But
she
we are
looks
trying to
suspicious.
locate this small child.
Well, if you let me keep the picture, I can ask around the staff for you. They'll be heartbroken to hear about a Larabelle, though. Do you want to leave it with me and I can ask later? She worked the late shift, so I can ask the shift staff there.
I'll come back at a later date and ask.
Would you mind awfully if we were to take a walk through the children's ward and see if we can locate the child for ourselves?
All right. Yes, that'd be fine.
Oh, forgive me. My name is Virgil. We are working for Sanctum Yard.
All right.
Just on official business.
You'll just have to wash at the basin over there before you go in, because we don't want...
Of course.
Yeah. And she...
Burrell, by the way, while this is going on, he's using his mage hand to lift like curtains and look under the bed. He's still got to see invisibility up too. I don't know if that affects anything. But he's using mage hand to like lift small curtains, look under, and he's sort of pointing at Egbert and Abel and going, check under here, check over there. She's got to be here somewhere.
So whoever wants to check things, assuming Brell does, roll investigation if you want to see if you find anything.
I think we'd all be searching the children's ward.
Everybody. Lots of investigation in this campaign.
Just 11 for Burrell.
8.
I'm still too cut up about my sister.
19.
Ooh, good job.
18 for me.
All right. So Virgil, Bastion, Abel, and Egburn, and June.
I got an 11.
11.
I got a 10.
Abel, are you investigating?
I got an 8.
Oh.
I think Egburn is still slightly drunk.
That was about 15. You see the nurse who keeps looking at the floor and looking at you guys, and she asks you to wash at the basin. So you look at the floor, and there's a little trail of like slimy stuff, which she's obviously assuming is you guys.
Burrell's going to pull a small plastic. What's the equivalent of plastic in these days? A small glass vial from his coat pocket, and I actually better check I have that in my equipment.
Bastion,
Bro, what have you found there?
No,
do you think
no,
that would be the same sludge that we found at the mayor's office? It does look very similar.
I'll be right back. I go back to the coroner's, get a sample kit, go back, take a sample, go back to the coroner, ask him to do a sample.
That's gonna take a little bit if you want to do
Burrell
that.
just grabbed his best kit.
We got the time.
We got the spoon and a little plate, and he's just scooping it in with a spoon and a plate from his kit.
It's making these. Go ahead. Jim.
With that, I'd like to follow these oozes.
We will follow the trail.
It's making this horrible squishing, slopping sound as you're putting it in the tube. I'm trying to make him sick.
I would like to,
This is very disgusting.
as we're investigating, looking around, I would like to lean over to Abel and just say, if we are looking for a child, maybe, we should make the children come to us, do a performance. 2 bards,
One cup?
yeah.
No.
It's not a bad idea.
So bad.
I mean, think of it as, you mentioned the globe. You need to see what I can do. Have you got a flute, lute, drums, anything?
Not really that kind of bard, to be honest with you, but I do have this pan flute. I'm not great with it. I think
Okay,
you've mistaken
that'll
me
do.
for some other sort of bard.
Okay, I'll play. Can you sing? Can you?
I can indeed sing, sir. Let's see what we can muster.
Great, yeah, and I would grab the pan flute if Abel would give it to me.
All
Yep.
right. So you, similar.
So while they're setting that up, Jin and Virgil would be trailing the ooze, while Bastion's doing his backwards and forwards with his ooze sample.
Burrell would also be using his mage hand to scoop up this goo, but he has to use one of his own hands to hold the mess kit bowl while the mage hand scoops it. And I would have to recast mage hand, and as I do, another tankard of ale will drop out of my sleeve and onto the ground. And however it lands, DM, is up to you.
God's sakes.
As this tankard splashes across the way, she looks up quickly, the nurse, from her desk and makes a judgment call and looks at Egbert. Sir, there's no drinking in the hospital. You guys are going to have to take that outside. You can't be going to the children's wing.
Ma'am, I am terribly sorry. It's just I've got a drinking problem, and I'm
Clearly.
really trying to get over it, but I can't. And it's it's tough. It's really tough. But the only thing that gets me through it is seeing the smiles on children's faces.
Yeah, but do you want to leave that ale outside of the smiles of the children's faces, maybe out here, not take it with you?
Absolutely. Nope. You're completely right. I am so sorry. I'll take it. I'll put it away. Won't see it again.
And she gets someone to help clean up the hallway, and the janitor comes and just gives you this look as he's mopping. Do you guys go to the children's wing?
Yes, we do.
We have to wash our hands, you said, right?
Yes. There's like a little basin.
Man,
How
Burrell's-
big is the basin?
It's low enough for gnomes in case the gnomes have to come in and say children, but it's high enough for, people. It's just normal size.
It'd
Width.
be big enough for Bastion to bathe in.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
So before Bastion's, you gonna get in the basin and rinse yourself off?
For the children? Yes, for the children.
For the children. For the kids. And as your
for the kids.
metal is dripping wet and you have any means to dry, there's only one little towel for everyone to share.
Bro, damn
I'm
it.
assuming Virgil and
To make some
Jen would have been the first to use it because they would have been the first to enter the ward, so it would already be used by the time everyone else got there.
Oh, and Bastion, are you wiping yourself on the towel as well?
I'll
Getting every crack.
I'll shake the wings off and then I'll just fly along.
Dripping.
Jen, Egbert, Abel, because I was scooping crap up, so I'm going to assume you guys are all before me.
Brow would have been the last to use it, definitely. So it's probably sopping wet by now.
Burrell goes to the sink and he looks at the nest. He says, "Is this water purified?"
Purified with what?
Is it alright? Do you have... And he reaches into one of his pockets and pulls out another set of rubber gloves and he goes, "Can I put these gloves on instead?"
After you wash your hands, yeah. It's just rainwater we collect from the ship.
He calls to the team. He says, I'm going to wait out here if that's alright. I don't...
God damn it, Brel, wash your hands and get in here.
I can't...
If you
wash
do it, you have
my-
to make a con save.
I'm quite sure we can manage without him on this one.
If I mean, there's nothing to dry my hands on that's clean here.
Very well.
Okay, I'll wait here. Bye-bye now.
Brow, you guard the door and make sure no one else enters behind us.
Ah, good idea. And I'll keep my eye out for Lucy.
Of course.
All right, as you guys go into the children's wing, with Brell staying outside, are you looking for any trail of ooze? You just looking for different children, all the above?
All of the above.
Yeah.
And are you wanting to set up a performance, Eggburn, or are you guys still in talks about that?
Yeah, I think we would look for a place to set up
All right, you
and
said.
start a performance.
Did you tell us that that's what you were going to do, by the way?
No.
No?
Abel, it's up to you what you want to do with that.
Abel's going to ask Eggburn. I don't actually know any children's songs. You?
Yeah.
Oh wait, I do know one from that robot thing. I think I could do that.
Oh,
Have you
no.
heard Baby Gnome?
Baby Gnome. That's a classic. Yes.
Is that one of yours?
Yeah. I can do that. I can play that, but that's key of G, or is it? I think it's G. I'm not sure.
We'll make it work. It'll be fine. Don't you worry.
Is there like any chairs around?
There would be
room?
chairs for like parrots to sit by the beds and people visiting and stuff. This is mostly
Just a clarification. In the ward, is it an open ward just with beds lined down each wall, or is it individual rooms, or...
This one's a
How's this
room
sit?
because it's very contagious right now. So you'd have like different chairs and stuff. Not very
So we've
many.
walked ourselves into a quarantine zone?
Yeah, I can't wait for Bro to come and see you again. But yeah. So there's a place for you guys to set up, but there's also a couple chairs. If you want to roll investigation, let me know if you're looking for anything in particular.
Did we trail slime into the children's ward? Did it continue into
It
the
did
children's?
continue into the children's ward.
Jen, does it continue on from where else? Did we lose it going
It
into the ward?
stops
Or is
at
it
like an empty bed.
stops an empty bed? Okay. Jen, the trail appears to stop here. Maybe we should check around the bed, maybe the drawers, to see if there's any information. Is there a chart or anything on the end of the bed, like doctor's notes or nothing like that?
No.
Is there any staff in the room?
Yeah, there's one staff member.
I walk up to the staff member with the photo in hand.
How can I help you?
Have you seen this little girl at all?
And he looks at this picture and he's like, yes, I'm sorry for your loss. Did you know her?
What do you mean?
She was in that bed last week.
When did
Are
she
you
pass?
Last week.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure. It's a pretty little blonde-haired girl. Can't mistake her.
And were you aware of her name, by chance?
Lucy? I'm
And I
not
just
sure.
look at Jen and just give him that look, like, oh shit.
Do you recognize the other person in this photo?
Oh, yeah, that's Laura Bell. She works the night shift, yeah. You know her.
She's my sister.
She's a fine woman. Always taking care of everyone.
Have strange things been happening around here?
No, just the little kids. I mean, she's always trying to sing to them, make them happy. And just little kids from the orphanage.
This infection, how contagious is it, and do we know what it is?
It's a bit contagious. We're still kind of studying it. We've got
So it's new.
Sir, what is your name, by the way, sir?
My name is Derek Hicks. I'm a
Mr.
nurse
Hicks.
here.
If you would so kind as to accompany me just over here for a moment. Have you ever found this substance around before? And I'll point to the trail of ooze.
No, I thought you guys were bringing that in.
No, we were following this trail from out in the main corridor. We led us in here. You're sure you've never seen it anywhere before?
No. Maybe when the kids got sick? I'm not sure.
But thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
And he's gonna get someone to clean it up. Did you guys want to look for anything else? Egburn, did you want to sing to the children?
If possible, I would have tried to make a stage or something for, Abel and I. Obviously, the chairs, if I could make mine a little bit higher than Abel's, I would have just... And then, I would start to, play the pan flute if I could. And what's the song? And then I'd look at Abel and be like, okay, you ready?
Baby nom doo doo
baby nom doo 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 baby nom
doo doo doo.
The moment they start, Virgil's instinct is to pull his pistol and point it at Egburn.
His
instinct rips it out and turns and points it straight at Egburn's face.
This poor nurse is just like, and sees all of this, and just roll performance, both of you.
As that happens, I put my hand on Virgil's hand to lower his gun.
I'm sorry. It was a knee-jerk reaction, Jen. I am so sorry. And he puts it away.
Puts a weapon in front of the children.
So Egburn got a 25 for his performance.
Wow.
Oh, and I got an 8.
Oh
no! I would have fired a sleeping dart into the one that got the lowest score.
So, as Abel is singing and he starts off, you hear this tink, and then Abel, you're slowly going to get really, really, really drowsy and hazy, and your vision's a little blurry. What do you think you'd be doing?
It's nap time.
You fall over.
Just bang.
And Egbert, you see Abel fall over. Do you keep singing or do you stop?
No, I'd look at him fall over and I'd just shake my head and be like, see, this is why I'm so much better than you. And I'll keep going. Baby shark do 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 do.
With the 25, the kids are all like clapping, and the nurse is really thinking about his job choices. As you finish, the children are incredibly happy, and the nurse.
You notice a little blonde girl joining in the festivities. That is the question.
No blind girl
Damn it.
shows. But the nurse gives you each 1 gold to please leave. So you did make some money.
I turn to the nurse and say, is it okay if I speak to the children?
It's probably not a good idea. Do you want to come back? Do you want me to relay a message to them? I don't even know. You're not related to any of these kids, so...
No.
Once again, we are here on Sanctum Yard business. It would be best, and in your best interest, to cooperate.
I do believe you just whipped out a gun in front of the kids. Maybe come back. Maybe I can relay a question.
Maybe I could whip it out again in your direction.
Roll intimidation.
Virgil, no.
19.
He's gonna call for backup.
Damn it.
He's thoroughly frightened.
Sorry.
Does Brel hear this out the door?
You do see several staff members start running into the door. About 3 of them.
I'll put my mage hand up. I'll quickly put it up and go, hold, sorry, Sanctum Yard business inside.
We just got a call a weapon was raised in the children's wing.
I didn't pull it on him. I just said I would.
But you did previously to
Abel.
So I didn't see this obviously. So they're telling me a weapon was raised in there. Yeah. Oh no. Okay. Well, wash your hands and maybe bring a new towel because it's kids in there and their towel is horrid for a hospital. It's actually quite disgusting how you keep this place. This is a place where people are meant to be getting better. Yeah, new towel, definitely new towel.
As they go in and they tell you guys that you need to be leaving now before they call Lieutenant Black and the guard. What would you guys like to do?
Leave.
Yeah, Virgil says nothing and just walks out.
I would like to try and wake up Abel if I can from the floor.
Oh
'cause I
yes,
assume
let's
he's
pick him up on
Just leave him there. Poor Abel.
As we're walking out, I turn to Virgil. So you'll get the next stone, then.
More than likely. It's not my first rodeo, so.
How long does your sleeping dart last, Bastion?
Just like a minute.
I'd slap him
Just
away. Anyway.
to knock him out, to shut him up, type deal.
So after a minute, you're just waking up from the floor. You see people hovering over you, trying to get you to stand up. Abel.
Oh, did it go well?
Yeah, I was a hit.
No.
You definitely hit something, but you know, I don't know if
feels
it.
like it.
Yeah. Is that first time performing for children, like sick kids?
Yeah, I'm not really a children person. Are we leaving? I'd love to leave.
Yeah.
Yes, we are leaving, indeed. We appear to have outstayed our welcome.
And as you guys exit towards Brell, do you let him know what's going on?
No.
Okay, you guys
Brell
just walk
would
out.
say, as they come out, Brell would say, is everything all right? I heard there was weapons. Did you find Lucy and her two friends?
No. It appears that young Lucy is no longer with us. As in
We
deceased.
lost her.
No, as in deceased. Passed on.
What now?
Yeah, we will discuss this outside, maybe. We appear
Okay.
to have outstayed our welcome here, and we've been asked to leave.
I didn't do anything wrong. I stayed at the door, keeping guard, just like Jin asked.
Blame the barbs.
And Virgil just starts walking.
And with that, we're going to take a brief break.
On the way out,
What?
I would have another bath in the pool.
To decontaminate
We're gonna
yourself.
get ourselves in this shit, man.
Oh, God. Okay.
Sounds like someone's scratching on my earmuffs.
Kind of writing on this material.
Hello, guys. Do we know what plane they're on? They are on a maybe a different plane, but they
An airplane.
haven't. Oh,
Plane.
really?
It's an airship, it's not an airplane.
Close.
They are on a certain plane of existence, but we haven't gotten that far yet. But yeah, you would ask a question, but you wouldn't know where to start. I'm looking at all the previous chats. Yeah. So we're doing a homebrew, steampunk, clockworkish kind of a horror theme. Depends on if you're scared of it or not, I guess, if it's horror.
But it is based on 5th edition.
Yeah. 5th edition, like all the monsters are 5th edition. They're just kind of reskinned a little bit. So we will get back into it. The hospital. And I had a hospital sirenscape too, and I didn't use it. Lots of kids coughing.
I love Lucy. Who roasting
Yeah.
chicken? Gosh.
Virgil's scared of the baby gnome song too, Magic.
You love Lucy.
Yeah, sorry, that was a cheap joke. For anyone who's,
Lucy, I'm
around the
home.
70s.
Terrible. All right, so we are back into the hospital corridor. As I stated before, Brell, you see a sign as they're all coming out that says contagious, beware, as they're coming out. And can you make a, let's see, I guess it'd be a con save.
Okay, I'm tweaking my valves, making sure that everything's the filters
Tightened.
are tight and everything as I make the save. Oh crap! Oh, that's not too bad.
19, not bad.
It rolled from
19.
7 to the.
Oh, 19. You're
19.
you stomach it down. You're not a little bit worried, but yeah, you're pretty
Filters are good.
confident. And you guys leave. April, you're feeling a lot better now that you're out of the room. Where would you guys like to go? Are you leaving out via the coroner's hallway and outside, or?
As we walk out, Brell picks up the mug of ale that hit the deck the second time that landed upright, and he sort of takes it out with him.
I'd say we'd head out into the street. Unless you know, oh no, we had to go back to the coroner to see what his determination of that sludge is that Bastion took him.
Yes. So you're gonna go back to the coroner's again,
Yeah.
and as you do so, he's still there. He's got a little kind of like a very old antiquish gnomish microscope, and he sees you and nods, and he's going to come up and hand you a piece of paper. It appears that this ooze kind of matches with the body and the previous sample, so you're on the right track. So whatever you found was at both scenes.
You've inspected this ooze before, did you not say, Mr. Rickton?
Yes.
And do we find out the properties of this ooze?
Like I said, I don't have anything like it discovered on the ship before.
Yeah, that was my bad. I was pointing towards Bastion when I said that. Bastion, did we find any properties on this ooze? Did we do anything with it?
I believe it was Mr. Richter said it may have been of a arcane nature.
I have that pretty much written down exactly as that. It's arcane in nature. Okay. I will keep a hold of some in this mess kit that I picked up, and I don't think I'm going to be able to eat anything from this mess kit ever again.
We do have the victims' homes to attend. Maybe we should head out to the first of those locations and discuss further what has happened here today.
Before we do that, gentlemen, did they say that little girl was passed but a week ago?
Oh, yes, of course. Mr. Rickton, did you perhaps about between 7 and 10 days ago, deal with the body of a young female, blonde, 6 or 7 years old, by the name of Miss Lucy?
And
Last name unknown.
he's writing things down on a piece of paper as you're telling him, and he says, if you give me a few minutes, I could probably send Sanctum something when I check my files. We get a lot of sick people through, but yeah, I can see what I can come up with.
If this helps, here's a photo.
Thank you.
Do you remember this girl coming through your across your table by any chance?
I can't say that I remember such a cute little girl, but sometimes they don't look like that when we get them. But I can go over my files.
If you would be so kind.
Say, did you tell him it was a week ago? Yeah, you did.
7 to 10 days.
So he's got an area of work to look for. Yeah. All right, he nods and goes back to his work. And he has copied your names to look for those two.
Well,
Yes.
was that a picture of ale that I saw fall out of your sleeve earlier?
He's still holding it in his left hand. I mean, I can't smell it through my mask, but it sure seems like it.
That is a new one. I don't believe we have seen that one before.
Yeah, it's not a spell that I'm casting. They're kind of just falling out. I don't know why or when. Do you want one?
Yes.
No.
No.
Eggburn, didn't you say you'd given
Neither-
up? Like,
neither does
only
Eggburn.
An hour or two back?
You do not need any more alcohol, sir.
Oh no, it wasn't for me. It was for the nurse, and I'm going to dispose of it rapidly.
Insight. 100% insight.
Roll insight.
Is there a sink in the coroner's room? I assume there would be.
Yes,
22.
definitely. Oh, wow.
Ralph's just emptied it down the sink as they talk.
Well, Eggburn, at 22, you're
Virgil
obviously...
knows you're full of shit. Anyway.
Yeah. So do you leave the corners?
Yes, we do.
All right.
As just before we leave, Brel says to Mr. Rickton, you don't by happen to have some spare overgloves? I'm running low.
Oh, me?
Mr. Rickton, sorry.
He's very deep in his thoughts when he says, oh, me. And he's looking over. And he's wiping his hands on his apron and hands you some fresh gloves.
Excellent. Just one set.
Yeah, I just have the one set.
Okay, I mean, I've still got 8, but this makes 9. That's good. Thank you. And he puts them in the side of his trench pocket.
His last pair of gloves. Oh my god. Okay.
I
As
follow the team out.
you follow the team out.
So, which of the girls' houses is closest from the hospital?
Let's see. So if we go
You
to
should ask Bastian.
Yes, Bastian. Would you be able to direct us to the closest address of the 2 victims, if you could, please?
Excellent. I can do that. Which one's the closest one?
All right. You would have to go all the way down to the lower half of the ship where the districts are. Sarah's is right here, closest to the end in the middle section, and Alexa is next to Marjorie's. So Sarah would be first.
I'd be Eggburn and myself would be relatively familiar with the area.
Yeah.
I would imagine. That is an area we do hang out with.
I highly suggest we use another form of transport than walking.
It is a bit of a haul, yes. I do believe we should take a carriage.
Bastian is right. I agree. DM, what's the weather like?
The weather would be fairly cloudy. Like it's going to be raining soon.
Okay.
Looks like rain. A carriage would be a good idea.
All right. So you guys hail for a carriage, and the steampunk horse comes up with the carriage. This is a double-decker, so it's a little bit crowded, with a slot machine for your silver, 1 silver each.
And Virgil would offer to pay at this point.
All right.
Allow me. Mr. Brell, you took care of us last time.
So you put the silver in the slot, and you find some seats amongst the people, and start your way down.
Thank you. Thank you, Virgil. Much appreciated.
Once again, I'll jump on the back of the horse.
As I am looking for Sarah's, you get there. It takes about a little 45 minutes-ish, maybe an hour, to get there. It's going to start to sprinkle as you're getting out. Sarah's is a humble abode, and Sanctum has issued Bastion the code for the door. As you walk in, it's got simple furnishings. Being a former housekeeper, she kept the home pretty tidy and immaculate. And see if you can roll either an investigation. We'll see what everybody can see as you're looking around. Are you going to... It's just a 1-room floor, so...
I'm going to use one of my advantages because that was a crap roll.
And Growl's going to do
God,
the
I got
same.
the same fucking roll.
Oh, no!
I got a 3.
Eggman got a natural 20.
Ooh, nice. Seems
Yeah.
like your not drinking is paying off for you.
Well, I mean, he's familiar with the
Virgil's
place.
still,
Oh, yeah.
Virgil's still very triggered by the Baby Gnome song.
Yeah.
It's just
it's in his head. 16. It's in your head now, Virgil.
I got the same.
16.
17 for Abel.
17. Bro, what'd you get again?
15.
Okay. So everyone except Virgil who's got that song stuck in his head now.
Can't get it out of my head. Damn.
You see there's
Brown
there's mail addressed on like an end table by the door. One of it's addressed to the Baron Ombre himself, and another, as Jean, you are looking in her room, with Eggburn. Eggburn, you find a journal just by her bed. Which, do you guys want to go through her mail and see what the letter was?
Absolutely.
All right. As you go through this letter, you'll see that it's talking to the Baron, pleading basically her case about falling from her prestigious position in Governor Turnbull's home. Mayor Kane's advances upon her whenever he visited made her uncomfortable. Then she turned him down for the last time. He threatened that she would become his prize one way or another, and told the governor that Sarah had stolen his pocket watch when he was there for the last poker game. He demanded that she be fired, and no one else would hire a maid who stole, even if it was a lie. Sarah had no choice but to move to the lower level district. So Mayor Kane got what he wanted in the end. He moved her to the high end by setting her up in a lovely home with his money, and got her an account to kind of pay for her to be in, get her what she wanted, basically. He badgered her still to be his live-in maid, and she refused. So she's pleading to him for assistance, Lord Albright, in this letter. So any information gleaned from that is for you. And the journal, who would be reading the journal? I'm assuming Eggburn with a 20 would be reading it. She writes, and I will send this to you in Skype as well because I made a little thing of it. The strangest thing happened to me last night. I was writing a letter to send Lord Albright or the magistrate, I don't know who to ask, when a knock came at my door. Standing there was a coachman all in black. He led me away from the district to a market alley where a coach waited. I was so frightened. When I got inside and sat, Lady Kane was looking directly at me. Her face was calm. I thought, this is it, Sarah. Mayor Kane told her some lie and she's going to have me ride the wings of Icarus right now. I must have looked a fright because she placed a hand on mine to steady me and tapped the coach and said, drive. She asked me to ride with her for a time, and then she asked me to tell my side of the tale and if the allegations were true. When I revealed Mayor Kane had asked me to be a live-in slave, Lady Kane seemed already to know about it. She smiled, squeezed my hand, and said, don't worry, dear, that won't be happening. And with a tap, the coach stopped, just like that, as it started to rain, and I watched the carriage go in the direction of the noble district. How easy my life might be if I'd just said yes a long time ago. I'd be going that direction as well. And that is all for that you find. You look around, you do see like papers are scattered a little bit, but nothing else has been really touched. And I will send you guys that handout.
So there's no ooze about?
No ooze.
All right.
So do you guys share the information that you've gathered?
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Egbert would have been reading out that.
Yeah. So it seems here we have some evidence of the mayor's faux pas.
And his wife in full knowledge of it.
She did admit that she was aware of her husband's extracurricular activities when we
Yes.
spoke to her.
She did, but she did not mention about meeting with a young
No, she did not.
lady, Sarah. She kept that to herself, did she not?
She did indeed.
Is there a date on that journal entry by chance?
No, there's no date.
So we cannot prove when Lady Kane spoke to young Sarah, whether how long before it was she was found dead.
Tim, do I remember the last time that I may have met with Sarah at all?
Roll an insight to see if you can look back in your head and recall.
I got a 21.
Nice. You'd met with her about 16 days ago. You were more of an Alexa fan.
Of course I was.
He's more of an everybody fan.
You like to spend your money on, well, not spend your money on Alexa.
And DM, you said the house was
Quantity, not
immaculate.
quality.
The house was what, bro?
Pretty immaculate, well kept and tidy.
Yes.
Bro, looking around, makes the note to everyone, says, "This house is very... I think I could just about live here. Beds are made, dishes are clean." And he sort of runs his gloves across the top of the table, and even though she's been gone a little while, the dust is at a bare minimum. That is good to see.
Just be grateful you don't have a black light. That's all I'm saying.
My eyes start to shine. Black starts to...
Oh, God. Bastion.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Does he ever do anything useful?
Sarah.
I'm just gonna point over to a section on the table and be like, yeah, that I'm proud of that one. That's a tell you what, that's a story and a half.
Wow.
Bro makes Mage Hand appear again. He goes, "I will not touch anything else with my bare gloves." and as he makes Mage Hand appear, from behind him, somehow, out of the nowhere, a tankard of ale drops to the ground.
Ruins the perfectly polished floor across the floor.
If it spills, it definitely...
But at the same time, if I looked at the floor, it wouldn't be perfectly polished. And...
No, it would not.
Sarah's actually, well, she had just started, so yeah, she would be, it's not as atrocious as the other ladies. So yeah.
This is certainly the abode of a maid or someone who is used to cleaning for a living.
Bastion, could you store that journal entry, please?
Yes. Already have.
File secure.
All right. To the next place. Does not look like any of our happenings happened here.
Was her body found here or somewhere else?
At the docks, I believe.
Were both bodies found at the docks? I believe it was Alexa's that was found.
Alexa was found there. Sarah's was found at her home, actually. So yes.
Were we able to tell from the photos? Like, was the photos coroner's photos, or was there scene photos as well?
Nah, I do believe they were coroner's photos.
Okay. So, is there any indication of where the body was found now that we're here? Was that would have been in the report? Yeah.
I do have the files in my memory.
Okay. So I would assume.
I'm guessing to find out where it was.
It would be behind the home, like directly.
Okay.
Oh, she was found outside behind the home. Okay.
So I'd direct them to outside, still using the black light.
So there does not appear to be any evidence of a struggle here.
No evidence.
And it's just one room, do you?
It's at one level, so about 4 basic rooms.
And we sort of searched all of that with our checks.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's proceed to where she was found and see if we can find something that the Sanctum officers could not.
And so you go into the back. It's very small what they have. They only have room for like a little garden, a little walkway to that garden, and that's it. That's all they get. So, judging that, do you want to make another investigation? Let's see what you guys find outside.
God, it's not much better.
Oh no.
11. Oh, the rest of them got
23.
highs.
Natural 20 for a 21.
Wow, you guys. Those of you with the 20s, let's say 18 and higher, because it's outside and the weather, it has been raining and stuff. You can't find too much. Underneath the little awning, there is a tiny little trace of like a slimy substance, but everything else is washed away. Because they had...
Was that slimy substance identified in the report?
They had said that they had kept it shut off till you guys got here. So do you want to take a sample of said substance? You may.
That was the home. The crime scene is that being shut off as well, or was it just the house?
Alexa's home has been shut off. The docks, she was found outside, so they couldn't.
Yeah, no, we're at Sarah's house at the moment.
Yeah, Sarah's has been shut off.
Yeah,
So
and we're outside.
you're outside,
where
and
everybody
it's
was
like fenced in though, so no one else can see
found. So no
get
one else
there.
has been here. Okay.
And this is the same ooze looking to us. It looks.
It looks the same, yes, clear.
Bastian, do you
Take
have
a
equipment?
sample, yeah.
You have equipment to sample it.
I did.
So it appears that the correlation that we're having right now is this stuff that we're finding everywhere that is directly linked to this young girl, Miss Lucy. Now, we are all aware that Miss Lucy had passed away approximately 1 week ago. That being said, we all saw her, did we not?
I definitely did twice.
It looked like a real girl.
Is it possible that this slime stuff is ectoplasm?
Also,
appears
she
to
had
be,
two friends with her when I saw
yeah.
her.
Well, you said you saw these two gentlemen with her.
Correct.
Putting it loosely, I would imagine. And yeah, something supernatural for sure. This is not something we have dealt with before, I am sure. Jin, you probably have the most experience of us all. Have you, in all of your years with the Guardians, have you ever dealt with things of supernatural nature?
I suppose I'd have to do a arcana check. Yeah?
No. Oh well, history. Probably to see if you dealt with it before. We'll say history,
History. Where'd that go?
because you'll know what you've dealt with, but you need to look back into your
18.
18.
Pretty good.
And you're wanting to know if you've known about this ooze in your magic, or if you yourself have cast something like this.
Yeah, well, we've dealt with something like this with what I've
There's something
got.
with supernatural,
Yeah.
any kind of supernatural cases that the Guardians have dealt with, basically.
You know that this is new for you. That you have not dealt with this before.
I'm gonna risk this again. I'm gonna do a history check with Sanctum.
Oh God.
You all can give him advantage, chat.
I'm gonna burn one of my advantages
Virgil's going to put his fingers in his ears.
for a 7. Has Sanctum ever had
With
this
advantage.
stuff? Yeah, with first one was 3.
Holy shit.
History's not my best. Has Sanctum ever dealt with this stuff before?
You just got an inspiration from Mina too, Sadiq.
Yeah, I'm not gonna burn another one.
Well, an inspiration is a reroll if you want, but you have to take that roll. But I don't know, because you've already rolled advantage.
In evil, you got an advantage over too.
Yeah, I got that.
No. Thank you for the inspiration, but I can't use that. Yeah, history check.
What are you asking directly to Sanctum out loud?
Asking Sanctum the slime that has been found at all the different crime scenes that we've found around, which would be in the coroner's reports and the investigation reports. Has Sanctum come across that type of stuff before?
And you got a 8.
7.
Oh, 7.
That's much better.
Dr. Slime was a professor that was founding the city of Bloggendard around 8771-2. She goes on for about 15 minutes with this wonderful history about this doctor of, raising kobolds.
Cobalt slime. Well, I was on the same path at least.
Fascinating, Mr. Bastion, I'm sure, but not very helpful.
Free.
Maybe we should take Bastion in for some more upgrades. Doesn't seem like he's working too well.
I believe Mr. Bastion is working fine. It is the interface that he is trying to communicate with seems to be not listening and is malfunctioning quite severely.
Isn't the interface what's running this airship, though?
This is what concerns me, Mr. Howwinter. Sorry.
I am operating quite fine and can hear quite well. I am only as good as the question asked, Bastion.
Virgil, if one of your guns was playing up, how would you fix it?
I would take it to a blacksmith, or I would fix it myself, pull it apart, clean it, put it back together.
Bastion, maybe Virgil, can you pull Bastion apart, clean him, fix him up, and put him back together? That might be helpful to us.
I start
I believe Bastion
feet above him.
I believe Bastion is probably beyond my capabilities. I could definitely pull him apart, but the putting back together, however, could be a difficult task.
Brel casts Mage Hand and just tries to grab Bastion's feet to drag him closer to Virgil. And as he casts Mage Hand, another blanket veil drops out onto the ground. Boop.
You cast.
How long is that tank of power going to go for?
24 hours.
Oh my god.
But we don't know this.
Well, you appear to have turned into a distillery.
It seems maybe I should make some money.
I was thinking the same thing.
This tanker.
If it is good ale, you may well.
Someone want to try it? I don't even know if it's good. I don't drink ale.
Yeah, this tanker of
I'm
ale
gonna
actually
pick it up and
landed.
go to take a sip.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Virgil
This-
slaps Egbert's hand.
This tanker of ale landed right side up, so that it's full.
As Egberт picks it up and goes to put it to his lips, Virgil just slaps it out of his hands.
Oh, I could have made a couple of silver. Never mind.
Yeah.
All right, on to the next place, gentlemen.
All right.
Plenty of time for drinking after we have finished for the day, Egbert.
Before we run
Just have a
away.
taste. Just a little
Sorry,
taste.
it'll be-
That's
it'll
all.
be my treat.
Would that be the docks, or would that be the next victim's house?
Victim's house.
I think we check out Alexa's home of residence first, and then maybe the docks after. I mean, the evidence of the docks is probably no longer there, so we'll probably get more information from her home.
All right. So you guys are going to Alexa's. As you guys go about 5 houses down across the street, you see Alexa Kendrick's home. And it has some lavish furnishings as you go in. There's 2 statues on the front steps. Alexa fully embraced the comforts of a high-end lady of the night. There's a huge portrait of herself right in the doorway, the entryway, and there's 2 notes on the front stand. So
Egbert, you have been here a number of times, I believe. Maybe you should go in first and have you would be more familiar with the surroundings.
Depending on the black
Absolutely.
light.
oh god.
No.
Bastion, please, could we refrain from this line of investigation for the time being?
Has it always been this lavish, Mr. Egburn, or is this a new development?
You mean this area or the house?
This
or...
house, the statues, it's
always
It's a little
been
odd for
like
this
this, from what I can remember. Eh, I don't spend much time outside. I spend a lot inside, though. So,
Indeed, yes.
Brel, I would recommend definitely keeping unexposed skin covered.
I mean, if you haven't noticed, I generally don't have much exposed if I can help it, but thank you for the warning. Does someone want to step inside first and let me know if it's safe?
After you,
Yeah.
Egbert.
Yeah, I would gotta step inside and try the front door and have a look around.
Yep, as you guys look around inside at the lush upholsteries and everything, you roll investigation. Egbert, you get to roll with advantage because you know the place.
Oh, God's sake.
I'm going to use advantage too because I have some.
Actually, I'm going to use another advantage because holy crap, that was terrible.
Yeah, I've got a 10
That's
and a
better.
9.
18. There we go.
Come on, guys. All right, 10 and higher. Anyone? Raise
Dirty 20 for Burl.
30, 20,
17.
17.
24 for Jen.
All
I
right.
had a 10.
18 for Virgil, sorry.
Okay.
I got a 10 as well. Yeah.
You do notice two notes on the desk for those that rolled 10 to 15. One saying, remind to write Lord Albright for a servant to get groceries delivered to us. We're not some common peasants. And the other one says, tell Marjorie to keep it down. She's such a show-off. And as Egbert, you're looking, you guys notice the writing desk in the parlor is been rifled through. And there's like love letters all across the floor. Somebody was like looking for something. Those of you that rolled a 15 or higher, you find a matchbook that is half used with a box of men's cigars in the back. And if you've rolled an 18 or above or 20s, it's for the Globe Opera House is the matchbook.
I would like to go over to the love letters and look for the ones that have been written by me. Just pick them up really quickly, and
There's about
Just hide
7.
them.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
about 7 of them. Yeah, that's what I rolled.
Do we notice him
Yeah.
Insight,
rifling
if
through
you
these
have
papers
insight.
and picking them up?
Insight?
Actually, yeah, one would probably be
more
perception.
perception
Yeah,
than
it
insight.
would be perception. Do
Alright.
perception.
Let's do that.
I'm so used to insight and investigation in this one. What do you guys get?
19 on perception.
Dashin notices.
20.
Yeah, Abel notices.
Interest.
As soon as I see starting to pick up the letters, I'd be sitting there going, destruction of evidence is illegal. Burn.
19.
I'm just,
You
you know,
notice.
putting it away for safekeeping, not destroying evidence.
Egbert,
Down.
what is on those pieces of paper that you do not want us to see?
Emotion, just a lot of emotion that you wouldn't be able to handle. It's just too much for one person. Abel, you understand. I mean, we are highly emotional, intelligent people.
I'm just interested in their literary merit. Are they well written?
Egbert,
No.
Disappointing.
listen here. Are those your letters?
Yes. Yeah, they are.
All right. I believe that Mr. Egbert here does not wish us to read his emotion. So,
Does-
Bastian, if you would agree, then technically, if these letters are written by his hand, then they are his property.
If they were found in his home, it would be his property. They are found in his home, not his property.
Bastion is correct.
They are evidence and must be kept.
Evidential law, and I believe, Bastion, it's law 437 of Sanctum in general, due to the detectives agencies and all the police station stuff and all that crap we know. that is evidence, and you are tampering with evidence. Law 437. You may not tamper with evidence.
You
And
have
if you
been
wi-
studying, Mr. Brown.
And if
Uh,
you wish
I
not to
applaud
be,
you, sir.
if you wish not to be a suspect in these crimes, then hand them over.
I'm sorry, everyone. I tried.
Allow Sanctum to scan for files.
I'm gonna hand it over, and I can't really do much about it. Reluctantly. I haven't got any spells that contain fire.
So yeah, basically look at each letter, scan each one quickly, one after another. Go. A lot of emotion in these 7. These other 20 have more.
I mean, carnal pleasure is kind of emotional, is it not?
Bastion, what does Sanctum Interface have to say about all of the other letters in general?
Typical horny individuals.
So
Nothing
it
that would
appears
allude
that
to
Miss
our...
Alexa was a popular young lady.
I believe she was a upper echelon of the ladies of the evening.
So now I understand why, Abraham, you are constantly out of coin.
That and gambling and drinking and everything else.
Why, yes. I mean, you do still owe me a little bit of money. But we'll talk about that later, another day.
Well, I mean, if Abel gets me this job at the Globe, it's, it's not a problem, right, Abel?
Might need to work a little bit on your emotion if the letters actually leave. We'll work on it, don't you worry.
So there was cigars there?
Yes,
Cigars.
men cigars
There's
with
the
a
matchbook from the Globe here, Mr. Howard.
A particular cigar, I believe, yes?
Gentleman's. That says gentleman's cigars on the, just a very generic brand.
Okay.
Is it the same brand that Virgil smokes by chance?
Roll me a d6. Evens it is, odds it's not.
Well, while he's doing that, Brell's looking for like a kitchenette or a kitchen type scenario somewhere,
6 evens it is.
somewhere where dishes or something would
Yes,
be kept.
you'll find that to the left. You'll find the
You're
kitchen.
muted.
Ah,
You're muted, DM.
you'll find that to the left, the kitchen. What are you looking for?
Sorry, you can deal with Virgil first. He made his roll. It's fine.
Yeah, it is the same brand. That's what he wanted to know.
So I would know where they would be purchased from.
Mm-hmm.
With the matchbook, anything written in it, on it?
No, it's just the blue and gold of the Globe Theater's insignia.
So that would suggest that someone of higher standards may have been here. A gentleman that clearly smokes cigars.
Or just someone that goes to the Globe.
It's not often you find someone of lower standing going to the Globe, I believe.
Some of Lord Kane's associates were in the Globe and of lower standing, one would say. Does this matchbook have any correlation to the one we collected from evidence?
Is it the same matchbook, in fact?
It does have the same color blue, but the one that is on file is very faded and smudged, like it's been used a lot. So the insignia is rubbed off. Did you guys
Interesting.
leave the door open as you came in, or did you shut it behind you?
I would imagine we probably would have shut it behind us.
All right.
We wouldn't want to see anyone walking in off the street while we were investigating.
Brell sort of motions to Abel and says, "Abel, come over here by the kitchen end."
What can I help you with, Mr. Brown?
Oh, you're new to the group, and I feel like you need
maybe a little bit of training and learning. So I'm going to let you in on what I'm doing here. I'm looking for some mugs or cups or glasses, something that will give evidence that she had a drink or something here with someone else. And see if we can maybe see or ascertain what type of person was with her. We've seen a matchbook and some cigars. Cigars giving us the idea that maybe a gentleman was here, which not unusual when you're a lady of the night. But glasses or mugs, DM, that's what I'm looking for.
All right.
By all means, let's have a look, shall we?
We shall.
Yes. You don't need to roll for this. And she's a messy housekeeper. So there's dishes and mugs and dripping food from 4 days ago everywhere. At the bottom of the sink is like a bunch of mugs under a pile of dishes.
Bro waves his hand in front of Abel and is like, don't touch a thing. I have a... And he makes mage hand again, and even the mage hand picks up things with like 2 fingers and is like cautiously taking things out of the sink to look at. He's looking for like cup marks with like lip imprints on them. You know how sometimes you leave a not lipstick because it's a male, but the imprints like when you're drinking a heavy drink, sometimes you leave prints behind. He's looking, and fingerprints, anything that stands out.
It's under a mess, so there's not gonna be too much stuff. There's like coffee and wine dripping from a lot of the stuff. So, yeah, make a con save.
Oh dear.
and another mug of ale. Drops from his sleeve.
Don't think a mug of ale will drop out. Oh yeah, no, I cast the fucking mage hand. Yes, I did. Yeah. A natural 20 for the con save.
Oh,
22.
good. You're doing good. Dang it.
I'm sort of. This is not good, Abel. I highly suggest. Do you have gloves?
Unfortunately not. I feel like, Mr. Brow, maybe you've pursued the wrong line of work.
Eventually. Yeah. So eventually I do find what I'm looking for. I just don't like to go through the things we have to go through sometimes. But nonetheless, usually
Maybe try asking one of us to look in future. I'd hate for you to have an accident. Or one of us.
This is why I'm showing you what I'm doing, so you can sort of get the idea. I'm hoping that you will be the one to want to touch this icky business.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind.
Nonetheless, Abel, I'm not finding what we're looking for here, but bear in mind, sometimes you will find things and sometimes you won't.
Indeed.
All right. Anything else in the kitchen you want to check, though, instead of mugs?
Just over the general kitchen area, if there's any cupboardry, if there's any alcohol or anything in the cupboards themselves and stuff.
You do find a lot of alcohol and chocolates, things like that, for guests. There is a trash can still that's been, if you wish to go.
There we go, Abel. And he reaches into his pocket and pulls out the gloves that that he was cut from the coroner. He goes, "You might want to put these on, but you check that bin, will you?"
Oh, thank you. And Abel will put their gloves on and search through the trash can.
It's not pretty. Roll an investigation for me.
Mm-hmm.
She's probably got like a week's worth of trash.
I need some sanity clean.
And it probably smells from a week's worth of trash.
It's a 12.
I'd say the whole house would probably smell pretty bad.
She wants a maid. You're gonna find
Egbert would be kind of familiar with the smell.
You're gonna find an ashtray dumped, some used matches, and a cigar stub.
There you go, Abel. A cigar stub is it still have the little, how they have the band around them to give away their make sometimes? Is it giving us anything?
It's just the same from the box that you found before.
Cool. I wonder if we can get Bastion, Abel. If you might ask him, see if you can shake him and see what answer he comes up with. But maybe he can get some DNA sampling from the cigar.
Ah, very good idea. And I'll take the cigar and to Bastion. I'm like, Do you think you could make yourself useful, little tin man, and see what you can find out about the DNA possibly on this cigar?
Pull out a little bag, throw it in, and I'll send it for testing.
Thank you, and I'll, pat him on the head with my non-metal hand. That's a good fellow.
Oh no! You've had your hands in the bin with my gloves on, and now you're patting him on the head with the dirty glove. It's
He likes a good wash. He'll be fine.
yeah. Normally you remove said gloves
Takes
before
the
you.
gloves off now.
Yeah. Just pop them in the bin. I don't want them back, thanks.
Noted.
Are you guys finished with the investigation, or you want to look at anything else?
Brow's happy with what he was looking at. I know about
Probably the bedroom or bedrooms.
Okay.
That's out. Sort of went to the boudoir.
The boudoir is rumpled sheets. It's kind of a mess. She didn't obviously clean before she went to the docks, and nothing of note. Just underwear strewn across, dresses, things like that. So there's nothing of note that's out of the ordinary for her occupation.
Jin, can I ask you a question?
Certainly, bro.
Those notes we found on the floor, there was a note, I believe, it said, tell Marjorie to keep it down. The walls around here must be thin. Maybe we should ask neighbours or something if they heard or saw anything on in particular that was bad, I guess.
So we don't see any evidence. I mean, obviously the place is pretty messy, so it would be kind of hard to tell, I would imagine, anyway. But we can't see any obvious evidence of a struggle,
No.
blood trace or anything like that.
No. Alexa was found dead at the docks.
She
Yeah.
was found at the docks, so she
Yeah.
was definitely not murdered here, though.
No.
That's what I'm getting at. There's no evidence to point that she was murdered here, then
There's
moved.
no strike.
You knew this lady quite well, did you not?
Yeah.
Did she talk about anybody else that you might know of? Like this Marjorie that she writes about in this letter.
Oh, Marjorie, that's yeah. No, it's look. Hey, I'm gonna pull him in close. I'm like, let's just not mention Marjorie around other people, okay? Just keep it between you and I. It's for your own benefit.
Miss
Yeah, sure.
Marjorie did not get on very well with Miss Alexa. This much I can tell you. They were not friends. There was a rivalry of sorts, if you will.
Oh, sorry, Virgil, slipped my mind.
It's quite all right. I'm not ashamed of what Marjorie does for a living. It has served her well, and she will one day be a business owner here in Sanctum. She's done well for herself.
Yes, she has. Moving on.
Is there anything further? Or are you going to exit?
I believe that is it for this. Do you
Well,
think it'd
so-
be prudent to go try the docks?
Just
It could
before
not
we leave,
hurt.
Beryl lifts the bed sheets up to look under the bed before they go. But he's not lifting them with his own hands. He's using mage hand.
The things that you find over there make you blush a little and flush red. The horrors you find, but nothing of note for this case.
Blushing red. Yeah, okay. Is that a con save too?
Probably. Feel a slight flush and your heart palpitate.
15.
I was setting it for 18.
Right. Alright, carry on while I make my roll.
We would definitely look at getting ready to move to the docks to maybe see if we can find something the Sanctum Yard officers missed.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
Oh, hang on, I was unmuted.
That doesn't sound good.
Yep. I cast fog cloud centered on myself,
So you
and a tankard of ale drops to the floor.
But no one can see the
Yeah.
tankard of ale.
All we hear is thunk,
Dunk dunk
cloud of fog.
sploosh.
Bro, are you okay in there?
Mr. Brown, what
Where
have
did
you
everyone
done?
go? What happened? The fog has rolled in really fast here today.
We are indoors, sir. It's not supposed to happen in here.
Hello? Anyone there?
My God.
Oh man, I can't see anyone. So I'll just give you guys fog cloud as a 20-foot radius sphere centered on me, and it fills corners and it heavily obscures our sight.
It'd fill the room, I would imagine.
Yeah.
You're gonna probably bump into the door frame trying to get out.
So basically, yeah, we kind of can't see more than like a hand span, an arm length in front of our faces.
Yeah, but weren't you in a bedroom at the time?
Yeah, we
Yes,
hadn't
you
followed-
were.
I hadn't followed you into the bedroom.
And no reply.
No one
That's
else
a good
followed.
point. That's a good point.
They just
I
hear
think
the
it might have
mead
was- I
fall.
think it was just you and Eggburn that went into the bedroom.
Either way, it's just a room full of fog and I can't see anything. So yeah, getting out of there.
This is gonna be fun.
All right. So
Um,
go
Did
ahead.
I
It stays
rely
where I
on-
cast it. So.
oh, okay.
So as you two are probably feeling your way out the door, if he reaches the hallway, you're gonna notice the fog like start drifting out towards you guys as you guys are trying to exit. And if he gets closer to you, you're gonna get enveloped in it.
Well, that's a little concerning. Are you gentlemen in there all right?
Maybe we should open a door or a window, allow some fresh air into the room. Maybe that will help dissipate.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Usually wind takes fog away or something.
So, Virgil will open the front door. Is there a back door to the place?
No, it's just the front.
Just the front door. So I'd probably open a couple of windows on the opposite side, if there's a window or two as well.
Yeah.
Try and get
Just-
some through air to maybe help try and circulate it, get it moving.
Just so you know, DM, the fog cloud, it's centered on me to begin with, but once it's there, it stays in space in its place.
Oh, so as you leave, it's gonna stay there.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Okay, good. So, but as you open the door, if people were to walk by the house, they see this like smoke fog drifting out the door, and
Nothing to see here. It is quite fine.
and you're gonna hear, Virgil, is that you? And Marjorie's walking by with her bag.
Miss Marjorie. And he tips his hat.
Is there a fire inside the house?
No. It is fine. We are investigating poor Miss Alexa's passing.
Oh,
We just a slight accident.
oh yeah.
And how are you on this fine afternoon? Well,
yeah.
Slightly drizzly afternoon.
Yeah, I left you a note. I'm on my way right now, so if you need any help with anything, I'll answer anything you guys have to say.
We
Before I
will
go.
most likely want to talk to you a little later. We've obviously you and Miss Alexa were not close,
No.
but you may have heard something on the night of her passing. Anything, any small detail will be prudent in our investigation.
All right. Well, I'll let you know when you guys come to talk to me then.
Where will you be later on this afternoon?
I'll be back home when I come back.
All right. Best of luck on acquiring your business.
All right. And she waves goodbye to all of you. She probably knows you. You guys probably know each other. And leaves down the street. So you guys are gonna head to the docks, possibly?
Yep.
All right.
So we'd probably have to take another carriage, I would imagine.
Well, it's
Where we
about
are?
3 streets down
Okay. Well,
from you guys, but it is starting to rain now. So it's up to you.
would
if you want
you like to take a carriage, or we okay walking in the rain?
If we're going to walk, I will pull out my oilskin coat or my little, coat to help.
I think a carriage will be will suffice for us.
Yeah.
I think would probably be the best idea.
And I'll still wear my coat, because you never know.
Seems to be the
unfold it
case.
With you, yes, we never know.
Now, Eggburn and Mr. Highwinter, do your hands not rust in the ring? I do believe they are made of metal, are they not?
Well, it's quite sophisticated. I do need to go see a blacksmith. It's been doing some odd things of late, but it's fine in the rain.
Maybe I
Egbert?
would be able to assist you. While I'm not a blacksmith, I am quite handy with tools of the tinkering nature.
Yeah, I mean, mine's gnomish technology, so it's surprisingly it seems to be okay. It's been covered in lots of different fluids over the years, so that's it seems to be doing okay. I mean, it does fizz out every now and then, but what model is yours, Abel? Is it the Finger
Mine is,
5000 or the?
oh, mine is was acquired before my time on Sanctum. Probably not quite as sophisticated as yours, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I mean, it works as well as the little robot Tin Man over there, so it has its moments.
Does Sanctum interface work through your hand?
No, not. I hope. Dear God, I hope not.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that would be bad, I guess. I might have magic problems, but if your hand was to grip at the wrong time.
Thank God I'm ambidextrous.
Bastion, if his hand is gnome technology and your gnome technology, could you control his hand?
No. Maybe.
That's just curious.
Probably best not to find out.
I believe we should depart and go docks.
How long do you think you guys have been talking now? At the outside.
Oh, maybe 10 minutes.
All right. You taking a carriage or walking?
Take carriage.
All right. Carriage. You wait for your carriage. You're going to go down to the docks. You're going to reach the docks. Now, this map here is going to show you a body, but it is not a dead body. It is like the outline that they make when they want to find. So don't be alarmed that someone just got killed.
Oh my God!
Another one! So there was some kind of like a town in kind of a thing here, and you see that there is where Alexa was found, and they've kind of outlined what the blood spatter was. Now it is raining, so it's still, the outline's still there, but to give you an idea of the area for yourselves.
Now, in the report, did it say that they think that she was killed there, or was just where she was found?
They only stated the fact that the body was there, and they took the pictures of the, I think she was the one with the legs.
Yeah, in the shape of a K.
Shape of a K.
Brel pulls his goggles on and makes sure his coat is securely done up over top of his other coat.
Virgil's not worried about the rain. Steps right out into the rain and starts just looking around the immediate area. Looking for the more of the sludge potentially, but just looking for anything that the police may have missed. Any small bits of evidence, articles of clothing, anything like that they may have missed in the immediate area.
Alright, so roll investigation for you guys that want to look around.
That's better.
It's
18.
What's that, Eggburn?
I would like to, as they're doing it, have my prosthetic hand actually shift into a makeshift flute and start playing it to give bardic inspiration.
Alright.
I used that advantage and got a 23.
Nice.
The nat 20.
Who are you giving bardic inspiration to, Mr. Eggburn? I believe you can only give it to one person.
Yeah. Only give it to one.
Mm-hmm.
I would give it to you, Virgil. Yeah.
All right, there you go.
So that's what, a D4 or D?
It's a D8.
D8.
Nice.
I don't. Oh, yeah, I think I'll use it on this roll. Okay. So that would be an extra one. So it'd be 19 instead of 18.
18 for me.
16 for me.
Come on.
12 for Abel.
All right. So with that, you guys are very thorough and some great rolls. Unfortunately, with the rain and everything, there's no clothing or tracks of any kind. You can see a vantage point here that someone could see her. It doesn't look like there's any reason for her to be back there. All the shops are along this way, and all the doorways are along this way. So maybe she was either lured back there by someone, according like for your insight kind of thing, or she was saw something. Possibly.
So as it, like you say, there was like stores close by.
So, yeah, this is like a little kind of a small pub, and then you have a fish shop over here. And this is
Hey,
basically a storeroom.
You are familiar with Miss Alexa. Was she a drinker? Did she enjoy as much as you do? Did you often drink with her before returning to her abode, by any chance?
DM.
6 she did, even she did, odd she didn't. For all D6.
Oh, you want me to roll a D6?
Yeah, I want you to roll.
We're waiting for you to do it.
I'm like,
I thought you would do it.
and
I got 6.
Alright,
So,
she did.
yeah.
And
Yeah, she was
did you
fond
go-
of the drink. Absolutely.
visit this establishment here.
The fish shop.
The fish shop's
No,
over
no.
here. This is like a restaurant.
Bar.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant the fish shop. Yeah. We came here sometimes.
So it's possible someone may have seen her on the night she was murdered. She may have been in this bar and been lured here to be killed.
I mean, the only thing we'd have to do is we'd have to ask around. I mean, she's pretty switched on, though. I don't know why she'd just randomly leave by herself.
But it is quite clear that it's someone she most likely knew.
Yeah, she'd have to feel
Let's
pretty
start-
comfortable with someone.
From what I can recall from the report. Shall we visit the bar and see if we can talk to the owner or the bartender, find out if they saw her on the night she was removed from this world? That was
Absolutely.
As you start to do that, you hear 6 gunshots in succession from rather far away, one after another, until it is spent, and some screams. It seems to be from
be coming from
the direction of where you were before. Let me go to my map real quick so I can see. So you guys are down here by this lightning tower right here, and it seemed to be coming from over in this direction.
Is the carriage we brought here still close by?
That depends on if you told it to stay. Yes.
the gunshots were loud enough for us to hear them, like
From
they
over
were-
here, yeah.
So
They're
that was,
kind of distant, but they're audible.
yeah.
That's
you
been
hear that?
cased.
Yeah.
I would start flying towards the gunshots.
I think Virgil would probably just start running. I don't think
Same.
he'd
Yeah.
worry about the carriage. He'd
I'd
just
be
start
running.
in that direction.
Yeah.
Sweet running
I
it
was-
is.
would have started running as well.
All right,
in
so
that
you
direction.
guys are gonna run toward that direction. And Virgil, Bastion, what's your flight speed? You're about the same as everyone else,
I
right?
can move at 35 feet.
So you're about the same as everyone else, really much. You're gonna start moving towards this way. It's gonna take you some time to like find it, but you'll start to see a crowd of people gather once you reach here, and you will see a headless corpse of a female. Gunshots in the wall of a building, and a pistol on the ground.
Are there any of the Sanctum officers at the scene already, or are we the first to get
You
there?
guys are the first to get there, but no doubt somebody's
Eggburn,
called them.
Abel, if you would please, crowd control. Let's get the scene under control before we end up with a trampled scene. If you please.
Absolutely. Abel, you take the left, I'll take the right. Let's get on it.
All right.
And do we recognize the body, even though it is headless?
Investigations, but Virgil, you get advantage.
Brell's going over. He's taking his shield out. And he's holding it over the body to try and keep the rain off the body itself. And he is standing there with his shield up.
So did you say at advantage or
Yeah.
disadvantage?
Advantage.
Natural 20.
Good. You notice that pistol, Virgil?
Yes.
You know.
That is the palm pistol.
Yes, it is. And you recognize the dress. And Bastion, you get a message from Sanctum. Do you wish to relay that message?
Yes.
Virgil draws his pistol and just starts scanning the crowd.
Yeah. And Sanctum pipes up. Lieutenant Black reports a head was found in a bag with the letter M across the forehead.
What's in the bag?
Too cliche.
Virgil was frantically just scanning the crowd, looking for anyone that looks like they could be involved in this. Like just anyone who stands out, maybe just frantically scanning, probably not even really focusing.
Yeah, people that are seeing you with a gun and they're just like kind of stepping back a little because they don't understand.
Virgil, come down.
On the
I'm calm, but there's someone here.
body.
Could not have gotten far.
On the body, 20 foot square. I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire. If there's anything invisible in that area, they're gonna make a dex save to not be affected by it.
And Brell is also casting See Invisibility at the same time.
And I'm casting Detect Magic. as well.
So many rolls!
And at the moment, I'm just going, nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see. Official business, Sanctum business. Everyone, step back, or he will shoot you.
Time to head home, everyone. Nothing to see. Off you go now.
And with that, I'm going to save those things that you've done. We are going to end on that note right there. So,
You killed my Marjorie.
yeah. Probably should have talked to her first. Alright, guys. Thank you for watching Sanctum tonight. I hope you guys have fun. Don't forget to put your coins in for the horror game challenge. Favorite moments? Jin!
That's a hard one. For me, I'm just enjoying this campaign. This is awesome.
I liked her,
And-
Laura. She was good.
Gotta have words with her.
Yeah.
Really.
Too bad you rolled a 9. She's having fun. Bastion.
Yeah, I've got to have words with Sanctum interface. But I mean, I am enjoying the campaign, even though you've talked to me about it continuously. It's still interesting to see how it is panning out. Enjoyed Cam's come in and his little quibs with Grim over him being a less than perfect bard. But yeah, good.
Oh god. Alright. Abel, what's your favorite?
It has to be Eggburn. Everything about that character. It's just brilliant. It's been amazing.
And Virgil, what was your favorite?
I got a couple. Egburn's story on how he lost his hand, I thought that was awesome. Bringing Virgil into it as well, just to make it more than believable, knowing people probably can call him on his shit anyway. But Brell's wild magic, dude. The fact that I know that you created that table is just fucking awesome. I mean, you probably... I mean, you're creative anyway, but just the random weird stuff that is coming out on that table is amazing.
Eggburn, what did you like?
Yeah, I have to say, definitely like I'm loving Braille's wild magic, which is great. It's fantastic, and just the idiosyncrasies that every time Baz plays a character is really unique and great.
It's great.
But also as well, like Grim, I'm actually really loving the witticism from Abel. Like I'm loving it. It's just the banter and just it's great to have two rival bards. I'm really enjoying that. I know, but there's a lot as well. Like there's a whole thing with I think it's going great. Bastion, also like the Jin is, Trash is playing a character that's talking a fair bit, so that's good.
And he's playing a leader too.
I know as well. Like, holy shit.
And Brell McBarrington III.
For me, Jin, top of the list today. Him and his cohort, I really like the interaction.
I'm still trying to figure out what that's all about. I've got an idea, but that is pretty cool.
It is good. I felt like their play together was quite cool. Their little, I'm just gonna let you out a bit, and then she's, I don't know, almost like she's his own personal hooker, but not. And, I mean, I personally feel like I know what's going on with that, but I don't think Brell has a clue. He just thinks she's some pretty lady that's hanging out with Jin. But I think everyone, like we're all saying, the characters are really unique. And yeah, I'm a dick. I like to make dumbass weird characters. But man, Eggburn, Cam, Jesus, yeah, oh, you haven't slept for 2 days, so technically didn't really miss it. And Abel and Egburn's back and forth was awesome. Just Abel sort of patronising Eggburn and Eggburn not having a bar of it, but nothing going to plan. But yeah, and then once again that Sanctum interface, just hilarious.
Props to the DM for the story.
Thanks.
I'm loving the story. It is awesome.
I want a continuation of this. This is awesome.
Oh, and Virgil pulling the gun out on the kids.
Oh, we love it. Mina.
I didn't pull a gun on a kid. I pulled it on Eggburn. It just happened to be in a children's ward. Come on.
Yeah, just pull
Let's just do that.
What happens when you play fucking baby gnome? Pull a gun on you every time.
As I was staying on break, what did I say, Brell? Yeah, he comes out and he sees all these people saying a weapon was fired or a weapon was drawn. And then Virgil comes out and goes, "I'm afraid Lucy has passed away." I was like, what? You guys pick up on that.
I didn't pick up on it, no, but yeah,
funny.
I should have. I wish I did.
Mina says, "I can tell you Baby Gnome was not my favorite. Bastion shooting Abel with a sleeping dart was my favorite." And David says he likes the ship's computer. I just wanted Sanctum to be wonderful and intelligent. I had no idea that Bastion was going to roll so bad, and I have to come up with things on the fly that sound like what he asks. Like, oh, that's so hard. Yeah, she's a bit of a shit now, isn't she?
Maybe I should have put my profession's points in different spots. I've got an awesome investigation, but I've got a shit history.
Some
I
of the
was
rolls.
just saying, I've done a typical build for a fighter rogues. It's all strength, dex, and con. I mean, so my investigations have been poo.
Drax says the rolls tonight have been terrible. You guys get advantages. You guys need to. You
I've got
guys
a few
need to
like
give them their more advantages, guys.
Thing is, when I'm using the skills that I would have been brought into the Guardians for anyway. I mean, my skills would have been all to do with stealth, freaking all that sort of shit. We haven't even done anything like that yet. It's like, god damn.
I think we're about to hit some
We
new
did
skills.
some lock picking,
I
but
failed that
someone
roll.
failed.
And I
The
had
thing is, I got a +6 on sleight of hand, and I still failed that roll.
I had a combat all ready for you guys tonight, but you didn't even get to it. So I don't know how long this will go. It's gone pretty. Yeah. So we're doing pretty good.
It's too fun to give up.
Yeah, runs 10 sessions.
All right. Yeah. So you guys are doing good. We might have a couple, maybe 3 more, depending. I really loved Marjorie, and I didn't want her to go. I told.
I didn't see her killed either, but
Yeah.
it kind of works that she is too, though.
I
I
love
mean, obviously it
Marjorie.
fits with the story, so. And it'll set Virgil on a specific path now as well, which is it'll be a bit of dynamic with the character.
And I love how Jinlu's friend is the only one on the ship that actually knows who Eggburn is. So
The rate we're going with this investigation, we'll have a whole paragraph of people before we figure out what the hell is going on.
Drax. But yeah, the audio track that goes with the Lucy character is creepy as hell.
It
But
is.
so cool.
Lucy and her
Yeah.
friends. I'm so glad you guys rolled the invisibility now on them, because now you see her
Well,
teddy bear and her rabbit.
The thing is, Brell's the only one that saw them. So he's
Yeah.
the only one that actually knows what they look like. I mean, he could describe it to us, but it's still, I don't think it'll have the same impact as actually seeing them.
Yeah.
I
Well,
thought that was really cool actually, because I thought, oh, I'm probably barking up the wrong tree trying to look for this girl in the same corridor again, but I thought I'll give it a go, and she made it worthwhile seeing invisibility, just saying there was nothing in her hands, but she was talking to the teddy bears. I was like, oh, I have to do it. So
Okay.
yeah, I like Lucy. She's awesome.
She's interesting. All right. Well, we will see you guys again. Join us next Sunday. We have a campaign Fridays at 5:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time. I'm still getting used to saying that. And Sundays. And then we will be on Wednesdays on Evil Do It TV.
This Wednesday on Evildoer's channel, we'll be doing Curse of Strahd, episode 27.
Which I get to
with
play in.
Most of these people, actually pretty much all of these people except for Grim are in, so
Bye, Lithia. And thank you guys for coming.